Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and today I'm going to be playing the demo for Fallen for You, which is a mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. Is made by SlenderSlayer, who is one of my avid followers here on this channel. In fact, he said he was inspired by my writing and my own mod, so that's kind of cool and flattering and stuff. So that's awesome. It's made me curious to know what he came up with. So yeah, let's just dive right in. Standard splash message. This is a Doki Doki Literature Club fan game that is not affiliated with Team Salvato. Designed to be played only after the official game has been completed. You can download Doki Doki Literature Club from here, and that's it. Okay. Oh hey, new music. Hey, Silly Rabbit, welcome. What a surprise to see you here. I mean, I did ping you to say that I was streaming this. And Marcy, welcome to the stream. This is neat. So, I guess it's a Yuri focused mod, hence the image of Yuri here. The music's a bit loud on my end here. I don't know how it sounds to you, but I'm going to turn that down a bit. I hope that volume's okay. I also hope my webcam image is in an okay place. So, yeah, neat stuff. Let's just dive right in. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna name myself Tormuse because that's how I roll. Oh, hey, two Lender. I guess that's Slender. Hello, it's me, the mod developer. Oh, okay, we have an author insert here. I am talking now to explain everything, so apologies for any inconvenience. Can you turn that? Oh, I can't. I was gonna bring up the menu so I could adjust the dialogue speed, but I guess I can't do that. Oh well, okay, moving on. So feel free to skip a section of the dialogue if you want. Oh really? There's no skip button. It won't let me go to the menu. You know, if you receive this line of dialogue, then you are in fact playing the updated version of the Fallen for You demo. So expect some changes if you've played this before. Anyway, this is a mod demo for a work in progress, or WIP, mod under the same name. Any assets such as sprites, backgrounds, dialogue, and music will either be added in, removed, or subject to change. So don't worry if it feels like this is lacking anything such as that, because it's not going to be permanent. Any owned assets in this mod are free to use and will be credited for at the end of this mod demo. Oh crap, yeah, that's a frequent bug in this demo and no idea how to fix the missing menu. I mean, there should be a line. Okay, there should be a line that says something like quick menu equals false or quick menu equals true. Quick menu refers to the menu buttons which normally appear right here. If quick menu is set to false, you can't bring up the menu. If that's unintended, then take out that line or set it to quick menu equals true. I have a feeling maybe you copy pasted some code, like maybe from Monica's section of Act 3. I noticed the Act 3 music is playing, so maybe you copy paste a little bit more than you intended there, or something. Anyway, moving on. And for some context, Fallen for You is a Yuri mod set in an alternative universe with not only a new MC, the MC we know is just an emotionless being, like really emotionless, the lights are on but no one's home, but there are new characters as well. Some of you may dislike the idea of new characters, but feel free to voice your opinions on this mod. I'm more than happy to hear them. If it's anything to do with how this mod is, then let me remind you that I am new to coding, so anything remotely associated with that shouldn't be said at all. Okay. Though I am happy to receive any feedback regarding anything in the mod. And before I let you play the demo, one important note: if you see text like this, then these are your thoughts. Okay, so referring to italics, your thoughts. Okay, gotcha. Enjoy the Fallen for You demo. Can I still? I still can't bring up the menu. Oh, that's. Say Rabbit. Is this going to be a thing throughout the whole thing? Anyway, there it is. That damn alarm going off, signaling yet another day at Boredom High School. I pounded it with my fists, silencing it. Okay, this is actually kind of an issue because I can't bring up the history. I can't save it, or I can't adjust speeds. I can't adjust settings. I can't adjust anything. Alarm clock. Yeah, it's a noxious sound, isn't it? I can right click to make the text box disappear. I would like to adjust that text speed at least. I don't think I can actually do that without exiting the whole game. So there's a bug report for you there, Slender or Slayer. Whatever. Okay. I don't know if I should continue, or if I should exit and reload and see if I can adjust the settings. I mean, you're saying that that's a frequent bug. Does that mean it's not there all the time? Like if I exit and reload, is it gone? Maybe. Let me just try that anyway. Oh right, I can't. Bear with me here. Yeah, 'cause I can't. I can't even exit. Okay. Well, let me just fire that up again here. Okay, turn this text speed up. Okay, let me just. Okay, now this is interesting. Hitting new game a second time, these are here. Yeah, I have a feeling. You did something like you borrowed some code from Act 3, and because for a bit of that in the original game, the quick menu isn't there, and you know what? We can talk about that later. I'm just gonna skip ahead to where we were. Anyway, there's Slender's opening message. Pounded it with my fist, silencing it. Oh yeah, and this is something I commented. Slayer sent me some excerpts from a script, and I made the comment. He has a habit of switching between past tense and present tense. This is pounded past tense, so it doesn't really matter whether it's all present tense or all past tense, but like it should be consistent. Not to harp on that too much, but I did promise I was going to give honest feedback about that. So you're you're just watching. Okay, cool. Anyway, I'm moving right along. I groan like a zombie, then roll on my side again. It wasn't long till I heard footsteps coming upstairs and stopped just outside of my door. Again, past tense. I wasn't, or instead of it's not long, like present tense. Anyway. Even though I didn't possess the power to see through walls or oops, sorry, I clicked too early. To see through walls or nothing, I knew it was Uncle Edward, or Eddie, as I and many others call him, standing outside with a not so pleased look on his face. But this was a normal routine for us, so we didn't get too annoyed by it. Hey, Dormies. Despite living here for so long, his Yorkshire. Oh, I have to do a Yorkshire accent? Oh man, I don't know. Yorkshire accent. Isn't that how? I once knew how to do a Yorkshire accent. You don't have to. Yeah, but that's part of the fun, though. I have to get my Yorkshire on. Okay. It sounds funny. It's okay. It's been a long time. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it a good try. Despite living here so long, his Yorkshire accent is still very much the same. It's time to get up, son. Made breakfast for the two of us. So get showered, dressed, and downstairs pronto, okay? He was waiting for my reply, but I didn't answer. Okay, there's lots of past tense here. was that okay? Was that a good Yorkshire? Anyway. I heard him sigh, and he went back downstairs, probably hoping that I will come down in a few minutes or so. Okay, there's a lot of past tense in this. Heard, went, but then it says I will come down in a few minutes or so, so future tense there, I guess. Anyway, don't want my breakfast to get cold. I sighed deeply. I effing hate going to school. I don't even learn anything by going there. I'd be better off not going. I sigh to myself again, then rub my eyes, and that's back to present tense again. I sat up, past tense, and went, past tense, to the bathroom. Sorry, I'm gonna. Should I? Okay. Should this be honestly? Should this be present tense or past tense? I'll just switch it as I go, if you like. What say you, Slayer Rabbit? Is is this supposed to be all present tense or all past tense or what? It's gonna trip me up if I have to keep switching back and forth. Don't mind either way. Okay. I'm just gonna. Okay. Let's go with present tense for a while. Let's see how it feels. I begin my morning routine while trying to remind myself that today won't be boring, even though it is a lie. Don't let it be another boring day. Ah, who am I kidding? Of course it'll be a boring day, since it's the same as every other school day, past, present, and future. Nothing interesting it has or will ever will happen. There's an extra will there. or ever will happen to me inside of any school. School has always been the same, rough and uninteresting. Oh yeah, like MC's supposed to be like British. Should I be reading his thoughts in like what kind of accent should I do for MC's thoughts here? Anyway, I much prefer to cause trouble. Termies, are you even out of bed yet? I'm waiting for you to get down here and eat your breakfast. You don't want it to get cold. I sigh again and finish up in the bathroom. I head back into my bedroom and grab my uniform from the closet. I roll my eyes as I take a glance at the dull black and gray colors. I never really liked wearing this, or any uniform for that matter. It's akin to wearing a prison uniform, coming with its own set of rules and whatnot. I always hate the fact that I'm forced to wear this garbage. Like, should I read it in like a posh British accent, or maybe, I don't know, Cockney accent, or I don't know. I don't know. I can't claim to be the best at doing accents in the first place, but I feel like I should do something. Like, why does the dress code have to be this strict? I swear, if I have to put this uniform for one other day, I'm gonna put some poor bastard into the ground. Come on, Termuse. Eddie's shouting on me again, not because I'll be late for school, since he knows that he's wasting his time about telling me. Put my uniform on, groan after looking at it. Dress code suck. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan either. Oh well. I think that looks like some posh prick dress up, I guess. Okay, so he doesn't like posh, so maybe I shouldn't do a posh accent. Maybe I should go in the Cockney direction. I don't know. or some kind of, I don't know. I'm just kind of messing around here. I should just carry on. It's a bit like I'm going off to some bloody tea party later on or something. I chuckle and scoff as I stare at my reflection in the mirror. I hear the door opening. I look over my shoulder to see Eddie standing there with a shit-eating grin on his face. Perhaps so, but the problem is that you would most likely get kicked out of said tea party for attacking someone. At a tea party? You saying that I'd fly my fist into someone's face? No. I'm saying you'd chuck boiling tea into someone's face or smash a teapot over their head. I begin to laugh as does Eddie, and I pat his back. Speak for yourself. Speak for myself? What's going to come after that? I shrug my shoulders at him. I got nothing to say, since you don't exactly look or dress like this whenever I see you. Well, that's because that kind of attire has outgrown me by about 38 years. Doubt it can even fit into the biggest school uniform available for me, not unless it's a costume. I really do hate wearing this, though. Wish I could pick and choose what I want to wear. It ain't always that easy. School has its rules, and I'm 100% sure that you've broken nearly every single one of them since you've been there. Well, I've only ever fought with people, so I haven't broken every single rule yet. Fair point, actually. Also, breakfast is ready downstairs, so get down there and eat it. I groan after he's repeated himself again. I heard you already, old man. And I repeated it in case you didn't clean your ears out or just ignored me like you always do. I don't ignore you like always. Where are you getting that stupid idea from? Eddie scoffs and tries to hold his laughter in as hard as he can. Oh, okay. You got me that time, you little shit. I don't ignore you. That's what you on about, you old coot. I wasn't even joking about that because I very rarely ignore you. Okay, stop now before I die from laughter. Come on, let's head downstairs now. I roll my eyes again at him and head downstairs to the table. 38 years is a hint at Eddie's age? Yeah, I mean, yeah, so I guess he's in his 50s then? If he was a teenager 38 years ago? Kind of sounds Scottish when you're trying to do the voice. Yeah, I know it's way off. I apologize. I apologize to any Yorkshire people in the audience, or any Scottish for that matter. I will never claim to be any kind of expert at doing accents. I just Yorkshire accents are a little familiar to me because I did participate in a performance of The Secret Garden, in which a lot of characters have Yorkshire accents. That was a long time ago. When was that? That was 1999. Holy crap! That was 24 years ago. Wow, I'm old. I was a teenager back then. No, but really, yeah, I participate in community theater projects sometimes. Well, I say sometimes. I haven't done it in a long time actually, but yeah, I was really into it for a while, and there was a musical version of The Secret Garden, and lots of characters have Yorkshire accents in that. So I heard a lot of Yorkshire accents for a time, or people imitating them badly. So, yeah, he's 56. Okay, yeah. Do apologize. Someone that played through this mod gave Brit MC a southern accent. I was laughing through it. That's funny. Anyway, moving right along. Sit down at the table and eat breakfast, which is surprisingly warm considering how long I spent upstairs. Like eating stone cold meals, do you? I can't say I'm surprised. You stay out so late now, so much that I figured you'd be used to eating cold food by now. With the way you cook, I'm surprised I can taste any hint of warmth at all. And it's still warm, believe it or not. Eddie starts to cough but swallows his food. Careful there, old man. You had me jumping for joy for a second there because I thought that I'd be collecting on your life insurance. I chuckle and Eddie joins in with me. Oh, is that what you planned is all along? Trying to finish me off so you can claim my insurance? Good luck with that, you little shit. Because I'm not planning on dying anytime soon. He pats me on the back and continues eating. I sigh with a grin. And for a moment there, I thought I'd be living like Bill Gates. Still, though, it's good to dream of good things every once in a while. That's all you're good for. Dreamin', 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 and more goddamn dreamin'. By how late you got up from your bed this morning, I'm surprised you haven't finished dreaming. I look at him and smiled and looked at my plate of food, and resumed eating. So, heard that Sayori has been busy with some club at her school recently. I turn my head in confusion. Wait, what? What do you mean she's busy with some club, and how do you know what she's doing anyway? Eddie clears his throat and does what I can assume is some Sherlock Holmes voice. Oh great, I have to do a a Yorkshire imitation of Sherlock Holmes now? It's very simple, my dear Watson. He then drops the voice. Oh, okay, fine. I asked her what she's been doing at her school, and she said that she's been enjoying herself at her club. She's even the vice president for it. She never told me anything like that. Maybe if you tried to interact with her for a change, instead of being with that bad crowd of yours, then you'd have got the memo. He's right. I've hardly ever spoke to or talked with Sayori recently. Feels like I've been avoiding her and being a bad friend. She's asked how you were, though. I look up at Eddie again. And what was your reply to her? I just told her that everything was still the same with you. She's a little sad about not being able to hang out with you, though. Said she's missed the times when you and her were doing that. Eddie sets his cutlery down. I just remembered something. And what would that be? The time you and her were going to school for the first time. I remember that too. Ooh, flashback. That's neat. Years ago, a knock comes at my front door. I sprint downstairs and open it. Hi, Termuse, can we go outside to play? Sure, Sarah, I'd like that. Oh, she doesn't have a sprite? Tag, you're it. Hey, you big meanie. I wasn't ready to play tag. You snooze, you lose, and don't call me a meanie, you meanie. Siri and I run outside to play while Eddie watches us from a short distance. Wait, maybe this should be test dance here, because it's a flashback. Siri is sad? Aw, yeah. Short distance. Play gently, okay? Don't want any scraped knees or bruises. We didn't listen to him and resumed yelling and playing together. Aha, I got you. No you didn't. I was in the safe area. We didn't make a safe area. Yes, we did. Nuh-uh. Uh-huh. Nuh-uh times 10. Uh-huh times 14 million bajillion. No, fair. You know more numbers than me. Because you're a dummy, that's why. Don't call me a dummy, you meanie. Siri boops my nose and I groan in disgust. Or wait, maybe that'd be booped. Is it past tense? Booped my nose and I groaned in disgust? Ew, gross. I got sayutis. Hey, don't say that. You're my boyfriend, remember? Yeah, I don't want a girlfriend because girls are gross. Siri giggles and kisses me on the cheek, then hugs me tightly. Admit you're my boyfriend and I'll let you go. Sayori, Tormuse, come here for a second. I then laugh in Sayori's face. Eddie, save me. Meanie. She let go of me and we both ran over to Eddie. I was on the phone with the school and you'll both be starting it soon. Yay! School? Wait, hold on a second. And you'll both be starting it? Wait, is Eddie looking after both of them? I thought that, or is this, okay, I mean this is an alternate timeline, so who knows what the setup is. I thought that Sarah was like still MC's next door neighbor, but maybe this is, she doesn't, I couldn't find one for her sadly. Oh, okay. Oh, you need, oh, okay. I'm sure there is a child Sayori sprite somewhere. I mean I know I've seen them around. I've seen around like younger versions of the girls somewhere. I remember I believe normally average the username normally average is an artist in the community who was doing some child sprites. He's looking after both of them along with someone he knows too if he's working and whatnot. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. There are such sprites around. I don't know. Anyway, moving right along. School? Yes, Tormuse. Can't learn anything good without it. This means you have to look your best. Eddie then looked at Sayori. That includes you, so don't even get messy, okay, sweetie? Sayori tapped her fingers together and nodded her head. Okay. We resume eating after our talk about the past. I'm glad that Sayori and I are still friends. She's been really great. Eddie shoots me a little smirk and inches closer towards me. Oh, you finally fallen in love with your long childhood friend. Well, you two did say you'd get married together and even planned your own wedding. I look at him and sigh. We were 8 years old when we did all that. It was just stupid kid stuff. There was nothing by it. Eddie smirks and he gets up. He pats my shoulder. Sure it was, son. Sure it was. Oh, he called him son. I thought he was an uncle. Didn't he say Uncle Eddie at the start? Yeah. Anyway. Or is that just a term of endearment? They're calling him son or something. Anyway, moving on. Well, I'm being honest with you. We never meant anything by it. We were only best friends. Only best friends after all. Eddie laughs and smiles again. Only pulling your leg, to amuse. Even after all these years, that's the one thing that goes over your head. I roll my eyes and groan. Oh, go piss off, Eddie. You're making my head sore with that same bullshit. If you wanted to do the same shit like always, then you would have burned the goddamn food. Eddie chuckles again. I mean, I am correct about it. The only difference is that you didn't see that Sari was being serious about the whole thing. That could be how I saw it. I thought Sari was serious about the marriage and love thing? That's a little strange of you to think, because she didn't mean anything by it. Just a little kid's head, that's all. Eddie nods and puts his plate away in the sink. His uncle, he calls him son. Yeah. Okay is just a person sideways. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Moving right along. Anyway, you should be heading to school now. If you get up, you might be able to catch Sayori coming out of her house, and you two can talk about old times. Old times? You're at middle age. We're high school students, for Pete's sake, Eddie. Eddie laughs whilst washing and drying his plate. I grab my cigarettes and lighter from the table. Oh, MC has a smoking habit in this now? I'll be going then. See you later. Take care, Twimmies. I open the front door and walk outside. I look around and admire how lovely it is outside, even though I have to go to school. There actually is a lot more past tense than present tense. Maybe I should just switch to doing past tense full time here. Yeah. Well, that was fun to talk about the stuff from the past. Oh well, I suppose it can't last forever. I begin walking to school. I say, began. Then heard footsteps right behind me. Okay, yeah, I'm noticing there's noticeably a lot more past tense than present tense. Like, it goes back and forth, but I think, I feel like I should have a running tally, like how much present tense, how much past tense. I think there's a little more on the past tense side. Sorry, I'm so sorry, Slayer Rabbit. I'm not trying to make fun of you or anything, but this is a recurring issue, and it does. That's something I think you're going to want to address. Yeah. Anyway, to be fair, like you're not the only one that does that. Like I do, you know. I guess I haven't done it in a while, but I have a habit of I do proofreading in some mods, and there are a number of other mod authors who've had this issue, like slipping back and forth between present and past tense. So it's not like you're alone in that, but it's still something to address, I think. Anyway, and heard footsteps running up behind me. Travis, wait up for me. I stopped in my track. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going full past tense. I'm just gonna go past tense full time here. I stopped in my tracks and turned around to face Sayori. What is it? I just wanted to talk to you. Okay. So what is it that you wanted to talk to me about? We haven't talked in a while, so I can't think of anything to say. I nodded and remembered that Eddie mentioned that Sari was in a club, so maybe this was a chance to find out what it was. Eddie was telling me that you're in a club at school. Mind telling me what it's about? Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, I'm in the literature club, and it's so much fun. I smiled at how enthusiastic Sari was about something I think is boring and downright dull. Literature club. I wouldn't be seen dead in a place like that. Sounds absolutely god-awful to be in. To our muse? Something wrong? I stopped thinking for a moment and saw a worried look on Sari's face. No, Sari. I'm just thinking about what time it is right now. Sari's eyes widened and she began to rush away. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, I'll talk to you after school. Bye. I laughed quietly to myself as I watched Sayori run off to school. Oh, Sayori. I resumed walking to school and got there. We're just going to breeze right past that background, I guess. I went to my class as per usual. I learned nothing of interest. Then someone threw something at my head. I ignored it as it wasn't really anything to start a fight over. More things were thrown at my head, and I finally turned around to look at them. Hey, you want to cut that out before I kick your ass? I don't feel like it. Well, how we go outside right now? Or maybe how about we go outside right now? Perhaps. That looks like a typo there. How about we go outside right now, and maybe then you'll feel like stopping. All right then. We'll go and settle this then. We both get up from our seats despite the teacher telling us to sit back down to be quiet. I blow him off and go outside with the guy. He just got up in the middle of the class to get into a fight with someone. Wow. I mean, he did say he was a troublemaker, but also, see, there's a little. I can see there's a watermark on this. Were there really no classroom backgrounds that didn't have that? I mean, I don't know. It is a little jarring to have what looks like a photograph, and when up till now it's been like cartoonish art. I'm a little curious about that choice. I mean, because DDLC already has a classroom background like built into the game. I'm not quite sure why you would use this instead of that, but oh well. Anyway, moving on. Go outside with the guy. So you're gonna put your fists up? I scoff at him. My fists? Wow. Now why didn't I think of that? He threw his fist at me, but I sidestepped and then landed a blow to his stomach. Grabbed him by the sides of his head and brought my knee into his face? Yikes. His nose broke upon impact? Blood dripped onto the ground in his uniform? Broke my nose. Don't pick a fight you can't win then. Well, yikes, this got violent all of a sudden. He actually looked better like this. I grabbed him by the collar and slammed him into the wall. I punched him repeatedly in the gut before I threw him to the ground. Well, yikes. I stood over him. Don't bother me again, otherwise it'll be a lot worse for you next time around. Some teachers ran out as I had obviously saw the whole fight take place. Who is this? What is this character? I regret that I named MC after myself here. It's like, he just got horrible. Like, someone was throwing stuff at his head, so he brutally beats him. Yikes. Okay. You only come to the aftermath of a fight and not before. Typical teachers. Both myself and the guy who was called Theodore get sent to the principal's office. I don't know, shouldn't he be seeing the nurse or something? Principal sighed as he looked at Theodore and I. This very this dreary looking principal office. It's very, wow, very sparse. just empty wooden shelves. Principal A. I'm not surprised to see you here, Tormes. I'm not surprised one bit. But I'm surprised to see you in here, Theodore. Why would you pick a fight with Tormes for? I'm sorry. Doesn't he just like have a broken nose right now? Like, doesn't he need like medical attention? And the principal's like laying to him, like, why did you do that? Like, MC is a far cry different from the MC we know. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, moving right along. He shrugs his shoulders at him while holding a bloodied ice bag to his nose. It felt like it, I suppose. Normally I would suspend someone or give them detention for doing this. With how things are because of the trouble that Tormuse caused, I'll be expelling you. And what a bad thing. I was going to be transferring to some slay cells anyway. The principal turned to look at me. Wait, you're saying that Theodore got expelled? Didn't he get brutally beaten? I mean, I don't know. I'm going to move along. There's another watermark there. Uh, as I was saying. Yeah, you weren't surprised. You doubt my abilities, sir. You don't know me as well as you think. Instead of calling your uncle, I'm sending you home and expelling you from the school. You have no future, Tormuse. A yawn nodded at him. It's not been an honor to have met you, you fat fool. I won't miss this place, though I'll definitely miss the fights and whatnot. Look over at Theodore and shake his hand, which took him by surprise. Oh, sorry. Past tense. Looked over at Theodore and shook his hand, which took him by surprise. I said I was gonna read it in past tense. Nice fight. Nice going on getting me kicked out. Now I can't see this fat fool again. Ouch, no. I laughed, then left. Finally, no more hellholes to go to. Free at last. Well, so much for the literature club, I guess. Principal ain't a great guy. Alright. Moving right along. Came into the house. Eddie walked out of the kitchen and laid his eyes upon me. He sighed heavily. Alright. What were you expelled for? What were the damages? Did you put him in the hospital and I have lunch ready? There's a bit of whiplash there. Did you put him in the hospital? Oh, and I have lunch ready. In one sentence. Without even taking a breath. I took my bag off my shoulders and placed it next to the couch. Classmate wanted to fight and I agreed. I broke his nose with my knee. I know he's not completely fine aside from some bruises and the broken nose I mentioned. And sweet, because I'm starving right now. Eddie rolled his eyes and went back to the kitchen, taking a seat at the table. He was bugging me, so I kicked his ass. Always an excuse, isn't there? Not an excuse if it's the truth. Not always true. And it doesn't matter, because this is the 10th school you've been kicked out of so far. Wait a minute. Okay. Hold on a second. I thought that MC and Suri were in the same school. Didn't that flashback to when they were 8 or whatever say that they were going to the same school, and this is 10 schools later now? So surely they're in different schools at this point. But I thought that MC and Suri went to, I don't know. I guess she did run ahead. Maybe she ran ahead to a different school in that opening scene. Oh well. Anyway, I doubt that there's even one you can go to in the immediate area. I nodded and then ate my lunch quickly. I don't think so either. And anyway, school's always been dull and boring for me, so it's not like I'll miss out on anything fun. I'm done eating now, so I'm going to head outside for a smoke. I'll get my plate soon. I stand outside my front door and light up a cigarette. I stand outside for a few minutes. I finished my cigarette and went back inside. I'll be going upstairs now. Okay. I lay down on the bed and let exhaustion slowly consume me. Hours later. Ugh. What am I going to do with that kid? No school to take him, but he does take after the men of this family. I hope a quick knocks came at the door. Who could this be at this time of night? Eddie stood up and went over to answer it. Is this like switch to Eddie's perspective now, or? Oh, hello, Sayori. Oh, okay, they aren't in the same high school. Okay, Brit MC changed over time from the flashback to present day. Okay. Hi, Eddie. Stormy's home? Of course he's home. It's late at night. What's wrong? Was he kicked out of school again? Yes, Sayori. He was indeed kicked out. How'd you know? Just a lucky guess. You want to come in now, or do you want to stay outside? She giggles. Sorry, Eddie. You're all good. Did he hurt someone again? Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did hurt someone. Were they hurt badly? But you told me it's just bruising and a broken nose. I mean, broken nose is kind of serious, I think. I mean, I'm no well, I think that's serious enough. I mean, you can die from a broken nose if you drown in your blood. um, it takes a while to heal. Anyway, moving on. So they'll be fine. I don't like people getting hurt. I know you don't. Eddie sighs deeply and sits down on the couch. Eddie, what's wrong? Just, I don't know what I'll do for Tommy's situation with school. You can't stay there all day after all and needs the proper education to get a job. It's Eddie's perspective? Yeah, okay. I had a feeling. Yeah, the transition to Eddie's perspective, I feel like it could have been clearer. I don't know. Anyway. Fun fact, Eddie's a paramedic. Oh, okay. Oh, in that case, I mean, I would... I would think he wouldn't, he of all people, if he's a paramedic, he wouldn't assume that the kid was fine from hearing that he had a broken nose, but oh well. Moving on. Oh, I know. He can come to my school. Eddie shakes his head. I don't think so, Sayo. He stops and stands up. Wait a minute. Eddie stood up and paced back and forth. He then turned to Sayer with a smile on his face. Wait a minute. That's actually not a bad idea. Thanks for this little cinnamon bun. Eddie ruffles Sayer's hair and calls Tormuse down. or called Tormuse down? Or ruffled Sayer's hair and called Tormuse down. I guess. If we're doing past tense. I looked away from my phone and heard Eddie calling for me. What is he calling me for? Suppose I better go down and see what's what. I came downstairs and sat down next to Sayori. What's up? We figured out how you can go to school again. I rolled my eyes at the sound but said nothing. All right, I'm all ears. Both Sayori and Eddie explained their idea to me. I shook my head at the idea, even if I'd be going to the same school as Sayori. I ain't going back to school, or any school for that matter. Aw, please, Tormuse. Please. Sayori looked at me with puppy dog eyes. She never doesn't have this pose in their casual outfit. That's new. I sighed and ultimately gave in to her. Fine, but I'm picking what I wear instead of another lame uniform. It doesn't work like that. You need to wear a full uniform like always. He's right. It has to be a full uniform, no exceptions. Besides, Tormuse, you look really nice in uniform. I groaned really loudly and laid back completely on the couch. Full uniform. I ain't gonna like this. I ain't gonna like this one bit. Come on, son. You'll be in the same school as Sayori now. At least she'll keep you out of trouble. But I'm afraid that she'll have her hands full, so you won't last a minute without wanting to fight someone. I got another good idea. He can come to the literature club after school, and that means that he can do something fun. Eyes wide and I sigh for the who knows what time today. Literature club? Well then, that's a great idea. What do you think, Tormuse? Literature club? Are you kidding me? I don't know the first thing about literature, and I've not read any books recently. Like, how will I even fit into a club like that? Sari smiles at me and pats my shoulder. Don't worry, Tormuse. They'll help you fit in. How many of you are in the club anyway? There's only 4 of us in the club, so we need a 5th member. Only 4 of you? That's not a problem, though, since 4 people is the minimum requirement. Sari sighed sadly. There was a vote made by the debate club to increase the minimum requirement from 4 to 5 for all of the clubs, so we need another member badly. So, Tormuse, will you join? How can I join? I'm not even in that school yet. But I'll do it. Come to the school, get enrolled there, and then I'll join the club. I think enrolled has 2 L's. I have to double check that. Yay! Thank you, Tormuse. Sari hugged me tightly. You're welcome? Wow, Sari, I'm surprised you could think of all this. We're both grateful that you're helping Tormuse out with this. We're best friends, and that's what best friends do, after all. I returned the hug. This This means a lot to me, Sayori. Helping me even though I'll probably get expelled like always. And cue the debate club, they're the antagonists in the mod? Okay. Um... Okay, anyway, moving right along. Sayori pouted at me and pinched my cheeks. No, you won't. Hmm? I'll be with you at all times. At all times? She'll go with me when I need to go to the bathroom. Sayori's cheeks turned red and she backed away and started to giggle nervously. No, I wasn't meaning that at all. I was saying that I'll be with you at all times and I won't let you get into any trouble. I raised my eyebrow and smirked. So you will be coming to the bathroom with me then? Yes. I mean, no. I'll let you go to the bathroom alone. I know when to respect your privacy. I'll stay. I'll come. I'm feeling silly now. Sari sat down on the couch and buried her face in her hands out of sheer embarrassment, not saying another word. Yeah, the whole enroll thing. Yeah, that's another thing in this which I have to deal with. Okay. I mean, it's I don't know, it's a minor thing. I still think that like the past tense versus present tense is something that deserves more focus. Yeah, just honestly pick one. Anyway. Don't get yourself all flustered, Cinnamon Bun. We both know what you meant, so don't worry. Your intentions are completely normal, even if they came at it a little wrong at the start. You sure? I'm sure. Sari breathed a sigh of relief. That's good. I thought I said something weird. Well, don't worry about it, Sayori. Like what Eddie said, it came out weird, but your intentions are understood. She smiled and hugged me tightly again. It's Friday tomorrow, so I'll see you then? Of course, Jeremy's. Where else will you see me? Oh, very true. Sarah giggled and walked out of the house with her signature smile on, closing the door on the way out. Well, Eddie slapped his hands together. I'm glad that we've gotten that sorted out. But we'll need to have you up first thing in the morning so you can get to the school. Alright, I'll try not to be late. You'd better not be since this might be the last chance. I'll try, okay? And anyway, Sarah will get mad at me if I do mess this up. I don't want to make her mad. Mad? I'd say annoyed or irritated at the very least, since Sarah isn't one to get mad. She did get annoyed at me once, and that's new. You've annoyed many people, including Sayori. Such a sarcastic ass at times. Look who's talking. What was she annoyed at you for anyway? It was a few years ago, I think. I ruffled her hair and her bow fell off and landed in some mud. I bought her a bag of gummies to keep the peace. Eddie raised. Wait, what? Her eyebrow. I'm gonna hazard a guess that was supposed to say his eyebrow. He is an uncle, not an aunt. Okay, just checking. Eddie raised his eyebrow. A bag of gummies. I'm not surprised she was annoyed at you for that. She loved that bow. Or loves that bow. And I was the one who gave it to her, too. Yeah, I know she loves it. No, you don't. I do. I don't think so, sir. You know nothing. I raised my middle finger to Eddie. He smirked and ruffled my hair. Quit that. Aw, you're rage that I'll knock your pretty bow off your little head. Sorry, I guess it's adding extra W's in a mocking voice, but the W replacing the N in knock makes it look weird. Like your pretty bow off your little head. You're so mature. Look who's talking. I rolled my eyes even though the situation was funny. We'll discuss this matter further tomorrow, okay? Sure. Good night, son. I headed upstairs to my room. I propped myself on my bed, then lie down. I suppose I'll just stay. Oops, clicked too early, sorry. Suppose I'll just stick to it till I'm bored or whatever. Doubt that I'll be going to enjoy anything at that place anyway, especially that literature club. That's going to be the most boring activity that I'll ever have to go to. I sighed and slowly fell asleep, knowing that I'd have a long day tomorrow and the days after. I woke to the familiar sound of his alarm and got up unenthusiastic. What do you mean, his alarm? Whose alarm? Maybe I would have expected the alarm, and got up unenthusiastically. I turned the alarm off, then looked at the time on it. 7 a.m. That's good. I went to the bathroom to do my morning routine. I came back into my room and to my closet to find something to wear for today. Quite a fair number of uniforms in here from the schools I've been to. It's gonna have like 10 different uniforms in there. Okay, my instead of his alarm. Okay, fair enough. They're like souvenirs now. I'll just wear something simpler or whatever. I picked out a brown coat, flannel shirt, pants, and dress shoes. So I made the comment about not wanting to look posh, but you know what? Never mind. I'll just move on. I looked in the mirror and shrugged. I don't look smart, but whatever. Came downstairs to eat breakfast and didn't see Eddie anywhere in sight, meaning he must have went to work early, which is something he did given his occupation. I looked around for anything to eat and saw a box of cereal. F it, I'll settle on that, I suppose. Not hungry for anything else at the moment. I sat down at the table and made myself a weak breakfast, which I ate fairly quickly. Right? Better go and wait for Sari outside. I'm not wanting her to think I'm still asleep or anything. I went outside and waited outside of Sari's house for her. While waiting, I lit up a cigarette and smoked it. Why is taking that girl so long? I thought she gets up at 7 a.m. or something like that. I suppose she just hangs around in her room for a few minutes. Ha ha. The old hanging joke around Sayori. Anyway, where is MC going right now? Like he's visiting Sayori. Like, are they going to school? Like, was that settled? Did they actually enroll him in the school? Because I mean, the previous scene ended with him going to bed, and then the next day the alarm goes off. Not sure why he's setting an alarm if he doesn't have a school to go to. But that was unintentional when I wrote it. Are you serious? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been settled. Okay, so he actually was enrolled in the school. Okay. Okay, that wasn't established as far as I could tell. Like, yeah, because this was late at night. Like, when would they have had time to enroll him in the school? Like, we went from late night saying good night, and he wakes up the next morning, and suddenly he's enrolled in the school. Like, I feel like it wasn't if it was intended that he was enrolled in the school now, it wasn't established there. They'll be going there to get him enrolled. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Hangs around the room for a few minutes. Looked at my cigarette and saw I smoked half of it now. I then smoked the remainder of it and dropped it on the ground, putting the cigarette butt out. Hi, Termuse. I turned to see Sari standing at her front door. Hey there, sleepyhead. Took a while. What's up? What do you mean? You took a while. I had to eat. I'm always hungry on Fridays. On Fridays? You're hungry all the time. Sari pouted at me and pinches my cheek. Pouted at me and pinched my cheeks. I backed away from her. Hey, watch it. I'm not particularly interested in getting my cheeks pinched today. She came up to me again. You look cute when I do it. See? Sari pinched my cheeks again, but harder this time, and she pulled on them. Ow, ow, ow. Please stop doing that or I'll tickle you. So he immediately backed away from the mere mention of the word tickle. That's what I thought. Anyway, we should be going now, right? I'll follow you because I don't have the slightest clue where your school is. Okay, just don't tickle me. I smirked and poked Sayori's sides with his pointer fingers? With my pointer fingers, perhaps? I hope you're taking notes, Slayer Rabbit. I'm assuming that's another typo. Poked Sayori's sides with my pointer fingers, causing her to squeal from the sensation. Hey, that's ticklish. Don't do that, Tormuse. Don't do what? Oh, you mean this? I poke her sides again. Tormuse! I chuckled, then started tickling her neck. Haha, Tormuse, stop! Do you give in? Yes, I give in. I chuckled and eventually stopped tickling her. Oh, I'll be getting you back for that, Tormuse. Sure. I walked with Sayori to the school. I gazed at the surroundings of the school grounds, which look remarkably similar to the school grounds of the school they just got kicked out of, funnily enough. Enough typos, said Ceylon, yeah. It looks a lot better compared to the other schools I've been to. This is the courtyard, and up there is the rooftop. I gasped and covered my mouth. No way. What? On the school is a rooftop? Such a flawless building designed to implement on a school. That's not funny, Tormuse. Well, come on, I know what a rooftop is, for crying out loud. Okay, I'm sorry. Apology accepted. My sarcasm always gets to her. We walked into the main building and Sayori led me to the principal's office. There's that watermark again. He's talking to someone right now. Guess I'll wait out here then. We sat down outside of his office. The door to his office opens. Never mind. And out came a girl. Hi, Monica. Hello, Sayori. Why aren't you in class right now? I was just bringing Tormuse. I was just bringing Tormuse, perhaps. Bringing Tormuse to the principal's office to be enrolled here. I told you about him. Yes, Tormuse. It's nice to finally meet you. Sayori's told me all about you. He'll be coming to the club if he's enrolled here, so we'll have a 5th member. And that's what I was talking to the principal about, to see if we could have our club run with 4 members, and he said no, and we went back and forth from there. She sighs. Why Veronica would suggest this 5th member rule is truly beyond me, though I wouldn't be surprised if this is her attempt at getting our club disbanded. Sayori goes over to Monica, giving her a reassuring hug. Mercy, should I drink water or coffee? I mean, water's better for hydration, but coffee's better for waking you up. So I guess it depends what your goal is. If you're trying to hydrate yourself, go for water, and if you're trying to stay awake, then go for coffee, I guess. I mean, you asked. Anyway, moving on. Our club won't be disbanded now. Thank you, Tormuse. Not at all, but I'm not familiar with literature, so I won't be any good at it. Monica's cheeks turned red. Both Sayori and I had confused looks on our faces. Something wrong? I had no idea you were English. Oh, right. Sorry. Incidentally, yeah, I know. I should. I'm not really doing an accent for MC so far. Maybe I should have been doing an accent all along. I'm just gonna move on. Yeah, I am in fact English. What's that got to do with anything? Oh, nothing. It's just you have a very nice voice is all. I blush and nervously laugh as getting a compliment like that hasn't happened before. But thanks, I suppose. She giggles. Don't worry, Tormuse, you'll fit into our club, so don't worry about it. I'll, see you at lunch, Sayori? She leaves whilst giggling. Both Sari and I look at one another in confusion. Hey, I mean, English accents sound pretty nice. What can I say? I don't know. I sort of generally have a fondness for European accents. I don't know. They sound neat. It's I don't know. They're interesting. They're different. Moving right along. Both Sari and I look at one another in confusion. Something wrong with your friend? I don't think so. She probably just likes you is all. I figured that. I just don't get those kind of reactions is all. Siri giggles. What's so funny? I was just thinking about how the other girls react to you. I think we shouldn't dawdle about it any longer. Huh? I point to the principal's office. Oh, I forgot about... sorry, Termes. This is a much fancier principal's office here now. I mean, it would have to be... it would have to be a step up from that broken down wooden place. Like, empty old wooden looking principal's office from the previous scene. Anyway. Hello there, young man. What brings you here to my office? I'm here to enroll with one L again. Yeah, is that like an alternate spelling of enroll? I feel like I should look this up. I'm curious now. Enroll or enroll? Oh yeah, it auto-completed. So enroll with one L is a British spelling, and enroll with two L's is the American spelling. Okay. Hey, you learn something new every day. Okay, I was just curious. Interesting. You're to enroll. Okay then, let's see what I can do for you in that case. Have you enrolled in other schools? There's enroll with two L's that time. It's interesting. I guess the British MC he says it with one L, and the American principal, or wait, is it American or? I mean, DDLC supposedly takes place in quote unquote Japan, so I don't know. I mean, Sari is a Japanese name. Ah, what do I know? Where does this take place anyway? It is an alternate spelling. It swaps from MC and Eddie to them. I want that as a small detail. That's cool. That's cool. Moving on. I've enrolled in others previously, yes. Name, please? Termes? He gives me a blank look. Termes? Did you say Termes? I sigh. Yeah, I said Termes. You sound familiar. Let's see if I can find a file of you. He started typing on his computer. Right, here, and I knew your name is familiar. All bad, right? You guessed correctly, but I suppose I can give you a chance. You're going to give me a chance? Yes, I'm giving you a chance despite the bad things you've done. Kind of quick to be enrolled, isn't it? You need to fill out a form to be properly enrolled, but you'll be in here for next Monday morning. I smile and feel both relieved and bored from the news. And why are you here, Sayori? Shouldn't you be in class right now? I brought Termes to come and see you. Is he your friend? She nods. Yep, we're best friends. We've known each other since we were little. That's nice. I assume he was removed from his previous school, hence his need to enroll here. Yeah, he was. But I'll make sure he behaves himself. Be sure that you do that, Sayori. Head to your class now. I will. Come on, Termes. We leave his office. Yay, you're our fifth member. I'll go and tell Monica about the good news. Sayori? What? I'm not even enrolled yet. You will be. Mind keeping the good news on the down low till I'm enrolled? In case this doesn't happen? Is Mod set in Japan? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Anyway. Termes. Please. Okay. Thank you. And don't get kicked out, okay? Okay, I won't get kicked out. Then Pinky promise me. I laugh a little. I'll promise you. Pinky promise. I said I... Sari frowns and shoves her pinky into my face. Alright, sir. I pinky promise you. I do the pinky promise and she gives me a big smile. Happy now? Yep, I'll be going to my class now. Bye, Timmy's. Siri does have a very cute characterization in this. I'll give you that. And you know, and honestly, like the interactions between Sayori and MC are kind of fun. Anyway, moving on. No point staying out here. I'll need to grab a form and fill it in first. Just getting a form and I'll fill it out here if that's fine with you. Of course, dear boy. He takes a form out of his desk. Cheers. Clink? I scoff and start filling the form out. What? Sorry, clink? What does that mean? Oh, he's imitating the sound of glasses hitting together, I suppose? Okay, I get it. And there we go. I'll fill it out and I'll be off now. I hand it over to him. Thank you, and I may contact you again. Alrighty then, I better get home now. I began to head home. Or began to head home? Hard to believe that Monica girl blushed because of how I sounded. Headed inside and sat down on the couch. I looked around, didn't see Eddie anywhere in sight. Suppose I'll go upstairs to sleep for a bit, seeing as I got nothing else to do. They wake me when dinner's ready, so I'm not complaining. Walked into my room and lay down on the bed. Ran my hands through my hair and let out a small groan and started to tap on my windowsill gently with my pointer finger. Eddie won't back for a while or so. Won't be back for a while or so, perhaps? Won't be back for a while, so I'd better preoccupy myself with something to do while I wait for him to return. Yeah, while I'm on the subject of pointing out typos, I also feel like I ought to comment on the lack of commas, because they're... okay, there are, like, okay, it's not like there are 0 commas. I mean, there are some commas, but there are a number of points where I feel like the commas belonged, but there weren't any. Like, Eddie won't be back for a while, comma, so I'd better preoccupy myself with something to do while I wait for him to return. You know, like, anywhere where there's a natural pause, I would add a comma there. For, you know, I've sort of not been mentioning it so far. I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't want to turn this into the proofreading stream. Anyway, moving on. Because you want to know about the school situation. But I don't want to leave the house since I have nothing else to do and nowhere else to go. I stared out the window out of boredom, then got up. I might as well go downstairs and eat something or put something on the telly. The telly. How British of him. Don't mind, it's good that you're letting me know? Okay, fair enough. Otherwise, I'd be bored to death by sitting in my room doing nothing all day long. Came downstairs and entered the kitchen. Make some bacon and eggs, perhaps? I hope... Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I'm making a considered effort to read these in past tense, but it's like this mod goes in section, like there's a whole section in present tense and a whole section in past tense, and like they alternate or something. Like we seem to be in the present tense section here. Anyway, I opened the fridge and took some eggs and bacon. Hopefully I don't burn anything, unlike Sayori. Probably should have set that or whatever it was to 20 minutes and not 2 hours. I fried some eggs and bacon, then sat down at the table with them. It's breakfast food, but it's not even morning yet, so who cares? I forget a knife and fork. I head over to the kitchen, grab the utensils, I turn to my seat and devour my meal. Well, that was a great meal. I looked over at the TV and went to the living room. wonder if anything good is on. I switched the TV on and sat down on the couch. A few hours went by and I turned it off. Sigh of disappointment. I can't stomach anything on TV now. I remembered when they used to be good, but it's just the same old crap as always. I'm sorry, but this man is this killer, and guess what? I'm the killer. Ugh, I hate those plot twists so much. I mean, it's just terrible, terrible writing. How are these shows even running still? I guess that was... Is that a phone ringing there? Wonder who that is. Got up and went over to the house phone. Hello? Hello, Toy Muse. Oh, hey. How come you called and... How'd you get this number? Your house phone number was on your file along with yours and your uncle's. And I called you to let you know that I'll be seeing you in here on Monday. Really? That's great. Don't worry about any problems, by the way. Sarah made me pinky promise her. A pinky promise? Well, I suppose I can take your word for it now. He starts chuckling and I join in with him. But yeah, don't worry, sir. I'll keep out of trouble as best I can. Be sure that you do. I will let you go on with your day now. Alright then, goodbye. Oh, and one more thing, which is, I hope there won't be any problems with the ones in that club you'll be joining. They're all girls, so I doubt any problems will arise, and besides, if I promise no problems at all, then what are the odds that any would occur in that club? You make a good point. I will now let you go. Goodbye. He hangs up and I put the phone back down the receiver. Now resume the garbage that is modern telly. I sat down on the couch again and resumed watching whatever was on. Front door opened and in came Eddie. It would be remiss of me to comment, because I did say I was going to give feedback as I went along. I've sort of been holding back on commenting so far, because I was sort of waiting for the end, but this is probably worth mentioning now. This mod does seem to put a lot of focus on, like, unimportant or uninteresting details. Sorry, I don't mean to sound harsh or anything, but, like, has this extended description of him eating bacon and eggs and then watching TV. Like, I mean, you know, like, I'm not saying cut all of it out, but I do feel like it could be trimmed a bit, because it's spending, it feels like it's spending a little overly long on that. Like, the interesting parts of the story are when he's interacting with other people. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like I think that's where there should be comparatively more focus. Again, like, you don't have to cut it all out. I'm just saying, you know, maybe cut out a few of the less important lines in that section. Just, you know, something to think about. Like, I mean, I can appreciate it for the fact that it does have. You've got the point. Okay, good. Yeah, like it does do some character establishment of you know, how MC is resentful about what's on the TV, and it does also. There's also a bit of character establishment, and that establishes that Sari set the kitchen on fire when she tried to cook. So, you know, that's all well and good. And it is also important to have, like, you know, connective tissue in between the more important scenes, the more important character interaction and character building scenes. But yeah, like, I just sort of generally feel like when the characters by themselves is describing mundane activities, like, just try to keep those short wherever possible. But anyway, enough of that. Moving on. You had coffee. Oh, okay. So you made your choice, I see, Marcy. Moving on. The front door opened and in came Eddie. Oh my god, you couch potato. Did you even go with Sayoi to the school at all? Because he didn't. Forget it. I'm not going to tell you how you run your life. You're old enough to decide for yourself. Although look where it's got you. Wow, really? It was your own fault for getting kicked out of the schools, after all. True. I did go to the school of Sari today. He looked at me and sat down in the chair in front of me. Hold up a minute. You went to the school. So what did they say? The principal did bring up the past issues I had in other schools. All of them were on my file. Surprised he found it quickly. Peter's so useful for finding anything after all. So what did he say? Was it a yes or no? Filled out an enrollment form, gave it to him. He called me recently to say he'll see me on Monday. Eddie smiled, ruffled my hair. Glad to hear it. It'd be nice instead of having to see you around here doing nothing all the time. I raised my eyebrow and sat up, looking directly at Eddie. Now you hold up a minute. What do you mean by I won't have to see you around here a lot? What's that supposed to mean? He held his hand to his mouth to hide his obvious grin and stood up. He lowered his hand down. For a start, I won't wake up to see you on that couch or in your room being a lazy lump. Lazy lump? I go outside and I help around here, so you can't say anything about me being lazy. I was kidding. You're going to take that as an insult. Have you gone soft now? I haven't gone soft. I'm still the same old troublemaker. Still the same old? If that's the case, then why are you allowed to go to that school? Termies that I know would have knocked some skulls together. Not on the day when I enroll into a school. All that comes afterwards. And besides, I rubbed my neck and muttered, I made a pinky promise to the Sayori. What was that you just said there? I made a pinky promise to Sayori. I leaned closer and whispered, You're gonna have to speak up. I can't hear you clearly. I rolled my eyes, sighing in the process. I said I made a pinky promise to Sayori. He snorted, struggling to contain his laughter. A pinky promise? Isn't that funny? Oh, go screw yourself, Edward. She made me do it. Sure, she did. Besides, I'm interested to know more about the girls of the Literature Club. Ah, so you're only doing this so you can get with the girls, you sly little bastard. I'm not looking to get... I shook my head. Oh, what even gave you that idea? He shrugged his shoulders. Yeah, just how young lads are nowadays. They see cute girls and instantly think that they'll be with them. Not me. I've never felt any attraction towards anyone before and never cared for it. Besides, that whole harem thing is pretty unrealistic and boring anyway. More than one girl? No. So anything else happened today? Not real. Actually, yeah, something did happen. A girl reacted weirdly to how I sound. Acted weirdly? In what way? She blushed and said she had no idea I was English. She said I had a nice voice. That's a weird reaction. Well, yeah, because it's not happened to me before. I've gotten compliments from rookies and patients about my voice. It's normal after all. Oh. Back to the subject of the school. You will need a uniform, 2 uniforms, and 1 is a spare. That's easy, just go to the mall and get them there. Bet they're getting sick of the sight of you. If so, then you can teach them, Mr. Paramedic. Oh, okay, this is where we establish what his profession is. And he chuckles. Okay, that was a good one. I totally forgot about the whole uniform situation. I'll go get them tomorrow. Alright then, just stay out of trouble. Will do. Forgot to tell you when I came in. I'll be getting extra shifts due to one of my colleagues being off work for a sprained ankle. Just a sprain, that's all. He has to help patients into the ambulance. A sprained ankle won't be good for that. Oh. That's good, because I won't have to see you around here. I grinned and Eddie chuckled a little before looking at me with an annoyed look on his face. I don't appreciate how you used my own words against me, but I suppose that's what I get. I firmly nodded. I went into the kitchen and began to make myself some food. I'll make myself something to eat, because if you're going to be out nearly all the time, then I'll make food for myself. Okay, but this shouldn't last long. Someone else will be getting his extra shift soon. I'll be doing another shift in a few hours, so I'll be going to bed now. I nodded and Eddie went to bed while I ate. I'll smoke before I go to bed. I went outside and lit up a cigarette. I stared up at the night sky, basking in its beauty. Millions of stars just up there. I listened to the sounds of insects and the wind blowing gently. It's a great night tonight. Just perfect. I blew a puff of smoke out. I blew another puff of smoke out and heard a soft cough from nearby. I turned and it was Sayori. Smoke must be irritating her. I puff it in a different direction. Hey, sorry. Oh, I brought you outside, getting some fresh air. Uh-huh. I couldn't get any sleep. She covers her mouth quickly. Maybe the air isn't so fresh after all. Oh, sorry. I put up my nearly smoked cigarette. I turned to her. You didn't have to put it out. So, is Sayori living next door? Like, is she living next door? I mean, the earlier scene sort of implied that Eddie was looking after both of them. I mean, it's because it sounded like he was the one enrolling Sayori as well as MC in the flashback, but do they live nearby, or I'm not quite clear on the logistics of that sort of thing. She is as in she is living next door. I just feel like that wasn't clearly established. I'm not clear if she's like a neighbor, like in the original, or what. Anyway, moving on. I could have went back inside and waited for you to finish. Don't be silly. You don't have to do that, and besides, I already finished it anyway. Oh. Anyway, I'm actually glad you came out, because I wanted to ask you if you wanted to come to the mall with me tomorrow. Yes! It's because I want to go and get myself some uniforms for Monday, and we haven't, spent any time together in ages. Yeah, so you haven't spent any time together, so they're not living together. Presumably. You didn't get them today? Nope. Why not? You had time today, didn't you? I put it off at the last minute, that's why. No matter, because now I have something to do during the weekend instead of sitting indoors doing absolutely nothing with my time. I looked at Sayori and sighed. What's wrong, Tormuse? I feel bad that I've not spent time with you at all recently. Oh, That's why I asked you to come with me tomorrow so we can have a nice day out as friends. I smiled and leaned over to pinch her cheeks. Ow! What was that for? That was a really mean thing to do, you meanie. Now you know how it feels now. Don't call me a meanie. You are one. Whatever. See you tomorrow, okay? Good night. Night, Tormuse. The sound of the alarm echoed through my ears. He has the alarm set for the weekend, too? This time I turned it off gently and got up. I think he'll probably be at work right now or asleep, though that's unlikely. I opened my curtains to let some natural light in. By the way, Silly Rabbit, how long is this mod? I'm sorry, how long is the demo, I should say? Like, are we going to get to the point where we actually see the actual literature club at some point? Because I'm just asking, because it's an hour deep and we haven't actually seen the literature club yet. Are we going to get there? Not that I'm complaining. I mean, we at least got to see Sayori and a bit of Monica. He sets his alarm off screen. Yeah, well, sure, but anyway, moving on. I opened my curtains to let some natural light in. I admired how nice the outdoors are. How nice outdoors is. I would say are there, I think. How nice the outdoors are, despite being too bright for my liking. The outdoors, would that be is or are? I mean, I instinctively want to say are because outdoors has an S on the end, but talking about the outdoors, I don't know, moving on. It depends whether you consider it like a collective noun or never mind. I'm going too far to proving. Moving on. Still looks good regardless. I carried out my usual morning routine and threw a casual outfit on. It'll do, I guess. Not going anywhere fancy after all. Hey, welcome, ChemCat5, new mod, OMG. This is it's actually been out for a few months. It's called Fallen for You. It's a demo. So it's still a work in progress. Slayer Rabbit who's in the chat is actually the author of it, and so yeah, I'm checking it out. We've established MC is British, and I'm so sorry I'm unable to do the accent. I mean, I probably could. I know I'm gonna botch it. He lives with his uncle who has a Yorkshire accent, which I'm trying to do, but I don't know how good I'm at it. He hasn't joined the Literature Club yet, or at least he has, but he hasn't had his first session yet. So yeah, that's where we are right now. And right now it's the weekend, and he's going off with Sayori to buy a uniform for school because he's transferring to the school. Anyway, I'll fix myself a light breakfast and go meet Sayori. Pour a bowl of cereal out, eat it, and then head out. I walk out of his house, out of the house perhaps. Wait for Sayori to come out, but she was late, like usual. I was lurking a bit when MC was talking about not being attracted to anyone in the past, and I went, Arrow Ace, yeah, huh. I don't know much about this mod, but I am interested. I I wonder about that myself. I mean, I mean, the mod title is "Fallen for You," which sort of suggests that he's going to fall for someone at some point. But yeah, like him especially saying he's never been attracted to anyone is rather interesting choice. Yeah, like maybe he's aromantic or asexual, or that's sort of end of the spectrum. Like he just doesn't experience romantic attraction to anyone in general. I don't know. We'll see where it goes, I guess. Oh yeah, and one other. I should also mention that it has a habit of going back and forth between past tense and present tense. So I just decided to read it in the past tense. No idea what pairing, if any, this mod focuses on, but I'm intrigued. I have a feeling it's going to focus on Yuri because Yuri is very prominently featured on the title screen. So far, she has not appeared. Like, I mean, he hasn't gone to the Literature Club at all yet so far, even though we're over an hour into this. But I expect it's coming soon. We love pens. Okay. That's interesting. You never felt love before for anyone. Anyway, walk out of his. That makes sense. Yeah, so I walked out of the house and waited for Sarah to come, but she was late like usual. Is she ever out of her bed? Even I don't spend this much time in bed. I lit up a cigarette and began to smoke it. Hi, Termuse! I finished my cigarette before Sarah came over. Sorry, I had to eat breakfast. Quite a while to be eating breakfast. I get a big breakfast when I'm hungry. Thought you get those on Fridays. Maybe I'm hungry every morning and not just Friday. Alright then, it's completely understandable. I get hungry in mornings too. I did say the other day that you're always hungry. Don't say it like that. You make me sound like I'm greedy. It's true though, you're always hungry. I can't help it, my tummy gets hungry, so I need a big breakfast. I chuckled and ruffled Sarah's hair, then scratched it. She smiles warmly. Who's my good girl? She glares at me, then gently pushed my hand away. I'm not a dog. Sorry about that, love. Sarah burst out giggling. What's so funny? The way you were talking, it always makes me laugh. Sorry, sometimes it just pops out, you know? She pinched my cheeks really hard. Ow, what was that for? That was yesterday, you meanie. Sorry, it doesn't work like that. What do you mean? You did it to me first, so you can't get payback when I... never mind, let's just get to the mall. Can we stop by the pet store? What on earth for? You can hardly clean up your own mess. What makes you think you can look after a pet? Don't be mean. I sometimes forget to clean those up. Sorry, I must have sounded like an asshole there. Well, I chuckled and ruffled her hair. Don't even finish that sentence. And to answer why I want to go to a pet store, I want to see the puppies and kittens they have there. Yeah, exactly. Won't say anything for the moment spoilers, you know? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Like, what kind of question is that? Why would you want to go to the pet store? Like, to look at the cute animals, obviously. Just, I can't be the only one who does that. Anyway. Alright, let's go then. We left and went to the bus stop. The bus came and we got on it. So I went over to a window seat. I sat beside her and I leaned into her ear. This is for pinching my cheeks earlier. I poked her sides, making her jump and earning a few stares from the passengers. Sari glared at me, though she nuzzled her head on my shoulder. You're such a meanie. In the mod, she's got depression, obviously. Well, sure. Yeah. But I can never stay mad at you. I know you can't. She stays in the same position for a while until we arrive just outside the mall. Sari, it's time to get going. She opens her eyes and gets up. Or got up. We left the bus and made our way to the mall. I'm sticking with past. I'm gonna try to stick with past tense. Sari began to pull on my arm. Come on, Termuse. What is it? We're in no hurry, remember? It's a fancy-looking mall. I want to see them. We'll go to the pet store first then. Sari tickles the back of my neck. Hey, you know what? Come here. She backs up, but unfortunately for her, I can still tickle her neck as retribution. She starts laughing out loud, started laughing out loud, resulting in bystanders stopping and looking at the two of us. I stopped and Sari held her sides, both breathing heavily. I think we should head inside now. Why? She looked around and saw the people looking at us. Oh. Let's go to the pet store now. Okay. Oh, you're eager to see those pets, aren't you? She nodded with a big smile. I chuckled and wrapped my arm around her. Huh. This is a rather affectionate gesture. Okay, then let's go see them. They're so cute. Chinese, look at them. You're like a big kid, aren't you? I'm not a big kid. I just like seeing the puppies and the kittens. I know you do. I was only teasing you. And sorry for the muddle up. I really overlooked a lot. I mean, nobody's perfect. Whatever. I'm kind of picky about stuff. I mean, I'm trying to let a lot of stuff slide, but it's like I can't help slipping into proofreading mode. Anyway, moving on. Meanie. Yeah, they are cute though. I tap on one of the boxes housing a litter of kittens. One of them waddle up to the waddles or waddled. I guess if you're going for past tense, waddled up or waddles in present tense. Either way, waddle is wrong. Anyway, one of them waddled up to the glass and looked at me. Tiny little thing, aren't you? Somebody likes you. I can't tell if it's a boy or a girl. Why not? The hay they have in there is covering up its area. Anyway, let's get going now. If we stay here any longer, we'll never leave. True. I smile and take Sari's hand. Oh, we're holding hands now. Considering, I mean, again, from the title screen, I assume this is going to be a Yuri-focused mod, but, and I don't know, maybe that comes later, but there's an awful lot of affectionate contact between MC and Sayori so far. Also, there's that watermark again. I get the feeling a lot of these backgrounds came from the same site. Anyway, hey, don't be so glum. Tell you what, after I get my uniforms, we go and get some lunch. But it's still morning. They usually have lunch menu items around this time for some reason. What do you say? She nods happily. All right then. That's shifting backgrounds in rapid succession like that it feels a bit odd. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, I get that you want to show the transition, like, okay, now they're in the hallways outside in the mall, and then, okay, now they're in a different store. I don't think it's necessary though. I think you can just make the switch straight from the pet store to this, and like the audience will understand that yes, they did pass through the mall on their way here. Just same with the other scenes. Like earlier on, there was another weird transition where like it went from the street to showing the outside of the school to the inside of the school, for instance. Like and like I feel like that rapid fire transition was also unnecessary. Like if you just have the transition go to their destination, the audience will understand that they traveled there without the extra transition. Um, you're like siblings, but you aren't the first person to comment on how close they are. Yeah. Anyway, uh, yeah. I mean, they're like siblings. I mean, you could very well just. I mean, this is an alternate universe kind of thing. You could just say that they're siblings for that matter. Like you could just say they're brother and sister. It wouldn't be the first mod that does that. There's another mod demo called Secret Pain by Master Luma. That's his mod author. Where the main MC is Natsuki's brother, and they live together. So they've got a brother sister dynamic going on there. Yeah, I mean, like, what am I trying to say? I don't know. I should just move on. We walked inside and went over to the uniforms. Black, blue, gray. Hey, Sari. Hmm? You know where those uniforms are? I don't know. Oh, I found them. She goes over to a rack. She went over to a rack and showed me where they are. Thanks. She smiled and I took 2 uniforms off the rack. Is this blazer tan or a shade of gray? It doesn't matter. I'll be going to try these on now, so I can see how ridiculous I look. I'll come with you. Don't come with them into the dressing room. Do you know what size you are? Obviously, it's burned in the back of my mind after all. Don't get kicked out again. I won't, because as silly as it sounds, I did make a piggy promise to you. The backstory is that Eddie has already ties in that. Sorry. The backstory that Eddie has already ties in that despite Sari isn't related, she's like family to them. Okay. So that's something we're going to learn later. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Anyway, moving on. I'm not willing to break it now. Good. I enter the changing rooms and... Okay, I'm just gonna... Okay, I'm just gonna read these in present tense now. I enter the changing rooms and go into one of the open stalls. I close the curtain and start to change into one of the uniforms. Blimey, look dreadful. Using words like blimey, it's a reminder that I'm totally failing to do an accent here. I need more water. I'm going to go just use the washroom really quick. I'll be right back. And back again. Yeah, the demo unfortunately doesn't cover everything. I want Brit MC's sprite to pop up during the scene when he sees himself in the mirror. Of course, that'll be in the full release. Okay. Is Eddie gonna have his own sprite too? So far, I mean, so far it has a lot of like absence of sprites here, like in all the scenes where he's interacting with Eddie. I remember you did send me a DM and you were showing me some of your art that you've commissioned. But yeah. Because I remember you showed me an image of Eddie. So I guess that's a coming soon kind of detail too. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I I see words like blimey, and I think I should have I feel like I should have put more effort into putting an accent on this. Well, I don't know. I don't know what kind of accent to do. Britain has a lot of different accents. There's so many dialects over there. I think back to like I once participated in a My Fair Lady. There was, which is a lot of it is a musical which is about that whole aspect of Britain, how they're just like everyone talks different. And some like one like, and there's a character in that Professor Higgins who's like studied accents and so on, says that sometimes you can place people within a couple of streets. That's how many different accents there are. You got to go. Okay. Thanks for sticking around, Marcy. Have a good one. I don't know. I just sort of feel like if I try to give him an accent here, I'm gonna be all over the place, and I'm just gonna absolutely botch it and have different. It's gonna shift all over the place, and I'm just I don't know. If I was recording this ahead of time, maybe maybe I'd feel more confident about doing it, but doing it live, I just feel embarrassed to even try. Brit MC as well as Eddie did live in London. That's where their family is. Okay. Anyway, moving on. And here I thought things would have been different this time around, but apparently not. Can I see? I don't see why not. I step out of the changing room. Feels like this uniform is a lot worse than the last ones. Get Siri blushing. Suppose I can make some alterations, like forgetting the vest, leaving the blazer unbuttoned, tie loosened, the shirt untucked. What do you think, though? I looked at Sari, who is in a world of her own. Sari? Hey! Clap my hands together. I wasn't spacing out. You were so. You were so snap out of it. I'm assuming there's supposed to be a comma here. You were, comma. So snap out of it. That's what I'm guessing that's supposed to say. Without the comma, it's you were so snap out of it. It's weird. Anyway, I think it makes more sense with a comma there. Anyway, moving on. I mean, I don't know. Should I be pointing out absence of commas? Like this feels like a more egregious example, but comma, yeah. The reason why they came to Japan is going to remain a mystery, however. Oh, okay. Moving right along. What were you saying? I was saying that I'll make some alterations so I can feel some comfort in this thing. What kind of alterations? I walked back into the stall and closed the curtain. Time to make the best of this blousy-ass uniform. I make my alterations and take a good look at myself in the mirror. Hey, this isn't all that bad. I actually like this look. I snap my fingers at myself and walk out of the stall. She looks at me with an annoyed look on her face. Tremies, you look really messy. That coming from Sayori is kind of funny. Since MC sort of lambaste Sayori for being messy in the in one of the scenes in the original game. Don't mind if you point it all out. Yeah, I just don't want to get too bogged down in pointing out errors. I'd rather just get on with it. I'm just pointing out the especially distracting ones, I guess. Anyway, moving on. Thought you would make an effort. I am making an effort. Still in uniform, aren't I? Plus, I've never been expelled or kicked out just because of my uniform. Anyway, you're one to talk. You're messy as well. Aw, heck. I'm the cleaner one between the two of us. Sayori smiles, ignoring my rant. She walks over to me and begins to straighten my tie. Hey, it looked better the way it was. Oh, you need to pay for it first. Sayori begins to take my blazer off. Sayori. I back away and Sayori giggles. Oi, I can do it myself, you know. Tremies? Yeah. Can we go get lunch now? Been on your mind? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll get these paid for and then we can go to get something to eat. Burgers! I change up the uniform, then leave the changing room. Could that be a reference to the Sayori gets a burger mod? I mean, she kind of seems like the kind of person who would go for burgers regardless, but anyway. I change out of the uniform, then leave the changing room. Sorry. Change out of the, yeah, sorry. Pay for the uniforms and look at the cashier. Kicked out again? Oh no, he's become a regular here? I nod at her. Yep, but it'll be for the last time. Pity, because I was enjoying your business. Oh, and fries and soda. I know, Sayori. Who's she? Just my best friend. Alright then, here's your uniforms. Then goodbye. I nod and walk away from the counter. Okay, Sayori, let's go and get some lunch. Yay, because I'm starving. How? You've had a big breakfast this morning, so how can you be starving already? Sayori, oh no, she's crying. Sayori's smile drops and is instantly replaced by a glum look. Sayori, are you okay? Sayori looks up and smiles. Yep, just me and my tummy were thinking about food and what we'll order. My tummy and I? You know what I mean. You sound just like Yuri. Who? Someone from my club. She corrected some of our spelling before. No, I wasn't trying to correct you. Just confused when you brought your tummy into it all. Oh, what that was all about and why she was looking sad for. Wonder what's on her mind today. Now you're spacing out. I roll my eyes at her response. Whatever. You ready to get some lunch now? I was waiting for you to come with me. Sorry. We arrive at the food court and I order a burger, medium fries, and drink. Sayori, on the other hand, she orders a large drink, fries, and a triple stacked burger. She looks very happy about it. We sit down at a table. You got everything there? Mm-hmm. She chomps down on her burger, causing the sauce from it to drip onto both the table and on the floor. Oh no. Careful there, you'll choke. How hungry was she? Did she even eat anything at all today? I bite into mine and sip my drink. I look over at Sayori and her burger is nearly finished. Bugger me, you ain't half tore through that burger. That's an interesting phrasing there. You ain't half tore through that burger. Sayori spits the food out and she begins to laugh while having a full mouth. She starts to choke on her food. Take a drink. She sips on it to unclog the bits of chewed food in her throat. Better? Yeah, sorry, it's just how you were talking there. Well, try to be careful next time, okay? She nods and continues eating. You nearly devoured all of it. I always have room for fast food. Did she even eat anything today? No darker meaning behind that one. Nope, not at all. Yeah, behaved like you were starving. It's just so good. You don't say. Wait, did you finish your whole drink? She smiles and nods. That was large as well. If you want, you can visit the bathrooms right now. I don't need to use the restrooms yet. I want to sit here for a bit before we move on to other things. It's British slang. While it's difficult to read sometimes, it's a better sight than the typos. It I don't know. I mean I am noticing some there are, I mean, there are quite a few Britishisms in this. I haven't really commented on them so far, but like one thing that I've observed British people have a habit of doing. I'm trying to. Okay, shoot, I'm not seeing examples of it now. Um, there is. I'm not seeing any examples of it now. Okay, shoot. Anyway, um, like one thing that I've observed British people do when they talk is they have extra words on the ends of sentences. Like they'll instead of saying go on, they'll say go on then. You know, go on then. You know, or they'll say like you did, didn't you? And you know, like they'll like adding the words didn't you on the end. Um, and there and yeah, like I said, not seeing examples of it on this page, but there were numerous examples of that so far. It's a subtle thing. Um, anyway, I'll point it out if I see another one. All right, there we go. All right then. Like an American person would probably just say all right, but the British in him feels compelled to add the word then. All right then, we can talk for a few minutes. Okie dokie. What do you want to talk about? Eddie's got extra shifts because someone had a sprained ankle, so he'll be busy for a while. Aw, really? How long will he be busy for? Not long, since it's a sprained ankle, and he said someone else will take over the shifts. Good. I told him about Monica's reaction. What did he say? He said it's normal because he's gotten reactions like that before. I don't blame her. You have a nice voice after all. I blushed slightly. Thanks, Siri. Uh-oh. What's wrong? Siri crosses her legs. You okay there? I drank too much. Need to pee real bad. I'll be back. I watch as Siri runs off in the direction of the restrooms. I chuckle. Well, that's what happens when you drink too much. To be honest with you, Brit MC is pretty much a self-insert. I add my own words into his dialogue. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, you gotta write what you know, right? Kind of like a what if in a way. Sure, sure. Well, that's what happens when you drink too much. I sit there waiting her turn. I pull my phone out to satisfy my boredom, and then hear someone behind me. I turn around. Hello, Toy Oh, wow. I kind of wondered if we were going to run into one of the other characters here. So there's Monica. Okay. Oh, hello, Monica. It's so nice to see you again. Are you with Sari by any chance? Yeah. How'd you guess that? Second tray and a recent mess on the floor? Ouch. She can be a messy eater. Could have been anyone's mess, but okay. Nice to see you're not blushing or anything from hearing my voice. Huh? Oh, that. I just had no idea how nice you sounded and caught me off guard is all. Sorry, never told me you were English. I nodded and turned my phone off so I can pay my full attention to Monica. So, how was things? Or how were things with your club, perhaps? Or is that another Britishism there? How are things with your club? It's been going sort of well. Sort of. She sighs. Slight problems with the debate club, as per usual. Just being their usual selves. But like Sayori says, I just have to be positive. Ever thought of knocking them out? Knocking them out? Yeah, you know. attacking them. I don't do that sort of thing. All right then. Oh, see, there it is again. All right then. Addition of the word then there. Another British thing, yeah. Yeah. So what brought you to the mall? Just having a day out with Sayori? That and getting uniforms for school on Monday. Not spent any time with Sayori in recent months, so I asked her to come with me today. Oh, that's sweet of you. Sayori and I have spoken to each other quite often, and she's spoken highly of you. I gathered that from the other day. I'm really grateful to have her as a friend. Aw. Yeah, it's like, he's so, as much as, he's playing out that bad boy thing, picking fights and smoking cigarettes and so on. There's, all right then, yeah. He's got this affectionate streak. I'm really grateful to have her as a friend. Like, aw, that's so sweet. Anyway, Siri comes back and looks a lot better. Sorry I took too long. I couldn't find an open stall. It's fine. I was just talking to Monica. Hi, Monica. Hello, Sayori. Enjoying yourself today? Yep, it's really nice to spend time with Termies again. I'm happy to hear that. What brings you to the mall? Just to clear my head and maybe treat myself to a few things. I have a lot on my mind right now. Anyway, I should be going now. Oh, really? You sure you don't want to come along with us? I don't want to impose. It's you and Termies' day after all. You wouldn't. You're a friend. You can come with us if you want, Monica. You wouldn't be imposing. Yeah. Sort of get the impression that Monica's seeing the two of them together and being, oh, I should leave you two alone. Uh-huh. But both Sari and MC are approaching it with no, we're just friends. You're a friend too. Come along. Yeah. MC is a better person than base game. I approve. Yeah. But MC really does have a soft interior. He really is a big softie. Yeah. Moving on. I have to get going regardless. Can't you stay with us for a little while, please? I suppose it would help to be with friends. Big smile appears on Sari's face, making both Monica and I smile as a result. What do you want to do now? Any suggestions? I was thinking about getting ice cream. Sounds good to me. What about you, Monica? A nice cold treat does sound like a great idea. Okay, just give me a moment. I have to put our things in the bin first, and then we can get going. In the bin. It's another Britishism. I pick up our trash. Oh, hey. Trash is an American term. I pick up our trash and throw them in the nearest bin. That's trash American and the bin's a British term. That's curious. Anyway, moving on. I kind of wonder if some American terminology has crept in. Come on, let's go. You didn't say come on then. Anyway, we walk around the mall. This is a very fancy looking mall here. Walk around the mall and find an ice cream store called Frosty's. Frosty's? I don't know what to say about the name, but whatever. We walk inside and approach the counter. Sundae sounds nice. Hot fudge sundae, please. Well, you have Sari. Decided yet? Strawberry. I turn to Monica. What about you? 2 pints of coffee-flavored ice cream, please. I order them and receive them a short time later. Take a seat by the window. It's curious that pints of coffee, so it's like pint is an imperial term. Sorry, I'm getting too analytical. Although I suppose in Britain they do talk about having a pint, like when they're having a beer or whatever. So it's not like imperial terminology is like imperial measurements are absent from from that country. Anyway, moving on. Take a seat by the window. Hot fudge tastes so good. Tastes so good, perhaps, with an S on the end. It's the mixture of the hot fudge and the cold ice cream that does it. Blends in nicely. How's yours, Sayori? Strawberry tastes great, and I like the color red. But I do like how tasty the hot fudge looks. Oh yeah, color with a U. There's another British thing. I mean, I'm Canadian. I spell color with a U as well. I mean, spelling it without the U is kind of strictly American thing, really. But it's sort of thing it's split into a lot of other spellings and things. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm getting sidetracked by analyzing details and so on. Let's moving on. I do like how tasty the hot fudge looks. So he takes a scoop of my hot fudge sundae. Hey, don't steal my sundae. It tastes so good. Such a notorious sweet tooth. Tell me about it. I should have gotten the hot fudge. Don't even think about taking some of mine. Me? Of course not. What kind of person do you take me for? Huh. Isn't that the strangest thing over there? Sarah looks behind her and I take a scoop of her sundae. Veronica giggles quietly and my axe goes back to eating her ice cream. There's nothing there. Wait a minute. You took some of my sundae. You took some of mine, so it's only fair that I take some of yours. It's what happened, Sayori. I can't believe you fell for that, though. And your taste is great, by the way, love. You're so silly, Tormuse. I chuckle. Reminds me of when Sayori and I were kids and Eddie took us out for some ice cream after Sayori had a bad fever. Flashback. Alright, so, what ice cream will you two be getting? Sayori and I both shouted what we want at the same time. I'm sorry, but I couldn't hear either of you. Seeing as Sayori has been good all day and took the medicine for a fever, if she can pick first. I want strawberry ice cream. Okay then. What about you, Tormuse? Chocolate. Sit at a table and I'll be right with you with your ice cream. We sit down at a table. Sayori hums happily while swinging her legs. Out of boredom, I flick Sayori's forehead. Owie! Don't be a meanie, Tormuse. Sorry. Done the same with the temperature at Celsius? America's the odd one from what I know. Yeah, I've said before, I'll say it again. America kind of does... They have their own way of doing things. They do a lot of things differently from like, basically the whole rest of the world. Anyway. She huffs out of annoyance. I do the same and she frowns. Don't copy me. Don't copy me. Sayori whines and pouts at me. Eddie, Tormuse is being mean to me. I laugh at her. Eddie comes over with her ice creams and he sighs at me. Don't tease Sayori, Tormuse. Alright. Eat her ice cream, or rather, I eat my ice cream and Sayori devours hers. Hey, you might want to slow down there, sweetie. Yeah, or you might get... Sayori gasps and holds her head. Howie! Brain freeze. Usually had Eddie take them there after the visit to the dentist. It didn't make sense that he'd take them there. Visit to the dentist? I'm guessing that's something that happens later? Or are you saying... Oh, change it to a fever. Oh, okay, I see. I see what you mean. Yeah. Change it to a fever. Yeah. That makes sense. Anyway, moving on. Hey, Tormuse. Huh? Eddie dunks my face into my ice cream? What? That's mean. Sayori starts giggling at my new look. Hey, come on. Eddie chuckles. It's only ice cream, you big drama queen. Come here, I'll clean you up. He proceeds to wipe my face with a napkin. Excuse me, do you mind keeping it down? If not, I'll ask you to leave. I know he's being annoying. I was talking to all three of you, and not just that overgrown child you call a father. Eddie and I stand up, though Eddie has me sit back down again. I'm not an overgrown child. I was just joking around with my nephew and his friend. Cashier rolls his eyes at us. Whatever then. Limey bastards? Wow. Okay. Someone being bigoted towards British people now, I guess, or something. Eddie approaches the counter and I stand up again. Mind telling me what you muttered under your breath there? Cashier smirks and leans over. I said, limey bastards. How about you shut up? Yeah, shut. Hmm? Yeah, shut up. Wait. How about you shut up? Yeah, shut up. Both said by MC. Was one of those lines supposed to be from someone else? Like, was one of these supposed to be Eddie, perhaps? Anyway. And how about you leave with your loser uncle and that little loud idiot over there? Okay, this meeting's going all wrong here. Don't talk about Sari like that. Leave it to Tormies. Tormies? Wow, your parents must have been cruel to give you a ridiculous name like that. What the heck? This is what? This is the way the cashier is treating them. Like, I mean, it's one thing to tell them to leave because they're being rowdy. I mean, it's like that already seemed like a bit of a stretch. Like, whatever, they're eating ice cream. Um, but like making fun of his name and just be generally being insulting. Like, does this cashier just not care about their job? I mean, I don't know. I've worked in retail. I've spent years working in the service industry. You can't be rude to customers. Like, you just don't do that. But whatever, moving on. Sari walks over and tugs in Eddie's sleeve. Ed's sleeve? That's supposed to say Eddie, perhaps? Eddie's sleeve? Can we go now? I don't feel happy. Eddie looks down at Sari and holds her hand. He shoots her a smile. No problem, sweetie. Eddie and Sari leave the store. You coming? Just a sec, gotta do something first. I grab my ice cream and throw it at the cashier. His hair and face now covered in melted ice cream. He wipes it from his eyes and flicks it onto the ground. Coming. Tormuse? I look up for my sundae, which is now a melted mess in a glass. Hmm? Are you okay? You've been staring at your sundae for a while. Yeah, just thinking about a memory. Oh. Tormuse? Yes, sorry. What? I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Sarah is glancing at my sundae, or rather a melted mess of ice cream and hot fudge. Have at it, I suppose. I slide it over to her and she lights up with a smile. Thank you! I wait for Sarah to finish the remaining contents and I get up. You all ready to go? All ready. I'm ready. We leave Frosty's and start to leave the mall. Today was fun. It sure was. What do we do next? Do next? I don't know about the two of you, but I will have to go home soon. Ooh, what is it? Oh, Sarah's gaze is aimed at a small cookie store. Oh, she's just a bottomless pit, isn't she? Didn't she just have a triple burger and large fries and a large drink and then it's ice cream along with part of a sundae? I returned. Oh, hey, welcome back, Marcy. Anyway, moving on. Tormuse, can you be the bestest best friend and buy me cookies? I don't have any money. You had strawberry ice cream and a hot fudge chaser. Cookies are good. I sigh and pull out my wallet. Mon Dieu. What's this French guy popping in here now? You want something too, Monica? Coffee or something? No thank you, Tormuse. It's getting late. And too much coffee can give me stomach troubles. But thank you for the offer, though. I pay for Sari's cookies and she gets stuck into them as soon as I do? Is that a dialectical thing there? Stuck into them? Is that a typo? Is that an expression I'm not familiar with? I'll be going home now. See you Monday. We wave goodbye to Monica and decide to head home as well. We arrive home a little late due to a slight traffic problem. I eye Siri's nearly empty bag that contains the cookies that she has. Know that I bought her for her with my money. Quite the day we had. Want to watch a movie maybe? Can I pick it? I know what to watch. What? A Disney movie. I had a feeling she was going to say that. Sure. We can watch it in my house. Okay. Siri happily skips to her house, which looks remarkably like MC's house. Stuck into them as an expression? Okay, yeah. Dialogue is cleaner now? Yeah, okay. Yeah, can't say I've heard that expression before. How curious. Anyway, Siri goes to the cabinet under the TV and takes the movie from it. I got it. Siri pops in when you sit down on the couch. I remember when me, you, and Eddie watched these. Yeah, wow, that was some time ago. Mm-hmm. And she gets carried away again and watch more in one of those movies. Okay, well, I look over at Sari, who's fast asleep and leaning on my arm. I gently lie her down on the couch and head out. Yeah, again with that fast transition outside, it's like yeah, we know MC goes outside in order to get to his house. Like, we don't need that extra transition, you know. And since it goes straight from that to his room, I don't know. I mean, I suppose if it might look weird if you make the transition go directly from Sari's living room to MC's bedroom. If anything, maybe just have it transition to a black screen and have a line that says something like I make my way back home to my room, and then show this. But having multiple scene transitions so quickly is a little jarring, you know. Anyway, moving on. I get dressed for bed and lie down. I fall asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow. I'm just gonna wake him now. Turn my alarm off. I rub my eyes and go to the bathroom. I wonder if Sari's remembered about going to the park today. Wait, going to the park today? Is that something they agreed to do? I don't remember any mention of them saying they were going to the park. Did I miss something? Yeah. I was kind of wondering if it was going to skip from this to the Monday, and then we finally get to the actual literature club. But nope. I guess we're going to go through Sunday as well. You're playing a game? Okay. What game are you playing, Marcy? I'm curious. Anyway, remember going to the park today. I do my morning routine and go outside fully dressed. Ah, crap, yep, I forgot to have that dial again. Aha, I see. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the kind of thing, Skate 3 for PS3? Oh, okay. Cool. I'll have fun with that. Anyway, as I was going to say, yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing, I think it's good to, give your story a once-over and, keep in mind that, while keeping in mind that people are reading it are going to be reading it for the first time, and it's like sorry, I don't want to go into that whole anecdote. I was about to. Maybe I'll. Never mind. My point is that. Sorry, Um, Lost my train of thought. And I'm feeling self-conscious about the fact that this is live. Um, uh, Basically, I'm just saying, uh, keep in mind the fact that the audience, knows nothing about what's happening unless you say it's happening. So um, just keep those details in mind. Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, thanks. I'm just gonna move on. That's that's probably a sign that the fact that I'm just getting my thought process getting so derailed is probably a sign that I'm just really tired. Maybe that's a sign that I should be wrapping up the stream. How much more of this is there? I was hoping to at least get to a scene with the literature club, but again, we're 2 hours deep, and it looks like there's another day of the weekend. Like we haven't even met Yuri and Natsuki yet. Is there a lot more in this demo, by the way? Like, do we get to see the literature club before the demo ends, or should, or is that something you'd rather keep secret until I get to that point? maybe I should just be moving on with this. Anyway, you do meet them later on in this day? Okay. Okay. Well, maybe I'll just get through this day, and then I'll wrap up the stream. I think that's what I'll do. Anyway, moving on. Here's 2 days of Literature Club in this demo. Okay. Fully dressed. Sari's already waiting for me at my door, picnic basket in hand. Ready to go? Sure. What did you pack for us? Sandwiches, cakes, and sushi. Sushi? Never tried that before. Oh, really? Even though you're living in Japan? Anyway, moving on. I don't know. I'm actually rather fond of sushi, but I've only ever had it in a restaurant. I mean, I sort of feel like it's something that needs to be eaten fresh. I mean, that's the whole point of sushi. I would feel funny about packing it in a picnic basket for later kind of thing. But whatever. Anyway. You haven't? No, I haven't. You have to try it first. Okay, I'll try it first. So he opens the picnic basket. It's well prepared. You made all that. Sandwiches are made. The cakes and sushi are store brand. Yeah. I don't know how to make cakes for sushi. Yeah. This is where I'm officially solidifying that Japan is where they take place. Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to do it. Good idea. You don't want to burn your kitchen down trying to make those. Hey, it was one time, and I didn't mean it. That's a funny way of saying it. I didn't mean to burn the house down. It would be kind of funny to accidentally start a fire while making sushi, since it's notoriously something that's supposed to be prepared cold. But anyway, you're making toast and it set fire. Like, how can you even manage to do that? Meanie, I chuckle. 1 to 8, pick a number. Okay, I'm gonna go with 4. I chuckle. Come on, dummy. Sarah and I walk alongside each together to the park. New background. Where do you want to sit? I know a spot. It's got a nice view and everything. Where is it? Follow me. It's been a while since I come to this spot, so I hope I know where it is. I walk ahead and Sarah follows me. I find the dirt trail leading up a hill and to my spot. It's up here. 1 to 13. Oh, okay. Okay, let's go with 8. What are these numbers for? This is for your game? You're picking stuff? Anyway, not many people come up here to my knowledge, at least. So it's pretty quiet all the time. there's still more watermarks. I get the okay. Hmm. I'm wondering, Slayer, you able to get backgrounds that don't have watermarks? Is this the kind of thing that that the free version has a watermark and the you have to pay for the one without the watermark, or what? I'm just curious about that. Anyway, moving on. Not many people come up here to my knowledge, at least, so it's pretty quiet all the time. I walk over to the bench and sit down. I look over at Sayori, who is at awe with the view. Smashing view, ain't it? Really should come up here more often. How did you find out about this place? From Eddie. I think it's about time that we get the food and whatnot out. Hold on a second. If Eddie like raised the two of them, how did it come about that he took MC here but not Sayori? I'm not quite. I mean, maybe this is something that free versions are only available. Okay. I'm. What am I trying to say here? Like, I'm not clear on their whole relationship, and maybe that's something's going to become clear later on. I don't know. Like she is apparently living in a different house now. Like, is she living with her parents? Like, I don't know. I'm just not clear on how close she is with Eddie and so on. But maybe that's something that's going to be revealed later. Moving on. I was thinking the same. She opens the picnic basket and takes everything out. Takes everything out. Oh, what's wrong? I forgot to bring something to drink. I peer inside the basket and lift up the blanket that's still in there. Underneath it, some bottles of Ramoon. I don't know what that is. I have to look it up. Japanese pronunciation. Japanese carbonated soft drink. Okay. All right, good to know. Forgot them, did you? Yeah, see that? Adding the words "did you" on the end of "forgot them." Like, forgot them, did you? Like, that's like one of those Britishisms that I mentioned. That's the kind of thing that I was getting at earlier. Anyway. Heh. I smile and Sari lays the blanket down on the ground. She puts the food on it and then points to the sushi. You should try it. I look at the sushi and shrug, popping a piece into my mouth. Not entirely liking this kind of food. Something to get used to. Sari happily munches on a sandwich, as do I. Hey, Sari? How much sleep have you had exactly? I don't remember, but I am sleepy right now. Let's finish all this food and we can go home. She nods and resumes eating. Sari rubs her eyes as I finish my third cake. Getting tired? Yeah. We'll head home now since we've finished the food. Okay. I help Sari pack everything up and we start to leave the area in the park. Alright, that was kind of an uneventful day at the park there. They went up, ate, and then came back again. Oh well, anyway, moving on. I'll explain. Sari's parents are workaholics and got Eddie to look after her while they were overseas, but Eddie at the time didn't know how to look after her, so his friend, a retired pediatrician, to help him, and she agreed. Oh, okay. There was a reference to a friend at one point, but it was just a passing reference, and then we didn't hear about them again. So I guess that's the friend you're alluding to. Okay. I'm guessing that's stuff that will be revealed later on, I suppose. Anyway, moving on. Get a little sleep, okay? I'll try. Bye. I walk in and sit down on the couch. I'm so exhausted for today. I got time to kill since school is tomorrow and Eddie isn't here, so I can talk to or annoy him like I usually do. Grab a carton of juice and watch the crap vision. Open the fridge and take a carton of orange. A carton of orange? Orange juice, perhaps? Or is that a British colloquialism to refer to orange juice as a carton of orange? Moving on. Turning the TV on, I sit down again and drink from the carton. Stop watching it a while later. This is so boring. I'd hang out with Sayori. Hang with Sayori? Really? Are you going to tell me that's an accident too? Oh, it is a British saying, a carton of orange? Okay, I haven't heard that one before. No, Sayori, yeah, exactly. No hanging with Sayori. Anyway. Hang with Sayori, but she'll be tired right now, so I won't bother. I take up my phone and look at my contacts. Only 2 contacts, Eddie and Sayori. My god, I'm so lonely. Put my phone back into my pocket, then I let out a long and exaggerated sigh. Must preoccupy myself. But how? I stand up and walk around the room, then eye a mirror. The urge to speak to my reflection fills me. You talking to me? Who else are you talking to? You talking to me? I look around the room and then back at the mirror. Well, I'm the only one here. What movie is that from? That's like, I believe that's from a classic movie from the '80s, which I should know about because I was born in the '80s, but it's all intentional until I read it later. Okay, that's gonna bug me. Like seriously, what is that movie from? What movie is that from? Okay, it's from Taxi Driver, 1976. Okay, so it's from the 70s, not the 80s. But yeah, I was close. Apparently, Robert De Niro says it. Anyway, moving on. Well, I'm the only one here. I sigh and walk away from the mirror. I'm so glad that Eddie wasn't here to hear any of that, or he'd never let me live it down. I'll have a quick nap before I say anything. Say another movie quote. I lay down on the couch and stare up at the ceiling intently. Count the bumps and cracks in the ceiling while drifting off to sleep. Oh, another flashback. A soft but low hum filled my head, and I slowly opened my eyes to see my mother on my bed. Sorry, what? This is a new background. Where's this? What's this? I mean, I'm assuming that the fuzzy white outline indicates indicates the flashback, but okay, whatever. Anyway. Oh, it seems to be playing. It's playing Yuri's music though. Taxi Driver, Robert De Niro. Yeah, I haven't actually seen that movie. I mean, I'm aware it's a famous movie. I think that's the. Isn't that the one? Isn't that the one where it has that famous ad lib where they're walking down the street and a car like nearly runs him over, and he's like, "Hey, I'm walking here," and that was like a total ad lib, like because the taxi driver like he like it was it was unscripted. Like the street was supposed to be closed off, but the driver was getting impatient and just drove onto the movie set. And he just totally took it in character, and it worked so well they just left it in the movie. I think that's the movie. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I just know that's a. Anyway, I'm rambling here. Let's move on. Soft but low hum fills my head, and I slowly open my eyes to see my mother on my bed. She stroked my hair gently. Mama? Yes, it's me, sweetie. Oh, her name is MC's mom's named Emily. Who else do you think it was? Grandma, maybe? You two look the same age. I give her a cheeky grin. She lets out a small, amusing laugh before shaking her head. A cheeky little biter, aren't you? Must run in the family, especially on the male side. I remember how your uncles used to tease me relentlessly with sarcasm and such. I could have gone potty from it all. That's a curious expression. You aren't as bad as they were. Still got more growing up to do. I smile and rub my eyes gently. How long was I asleep for? Not very long, but you did have a long day today. What do you mean by long day? With your friends, of course. Don't tell me that memory loss is getting to you at such a young age. I laugh at her response and she ruffles my hair. Anyway, you should go back to sleep now. If you want, I can play you a song on my guitar to put you to sleep. Sure. Your music is so boring, I can put a bunch of insomniacs to sleep. Oh no. She laughs and pokes my nose. Sort of wondering if we're going to get any kind of explanation of why MC's uncle is looking after him instead of his parents. So, I wonder how far back is this flashback if his mother is in the picture. Anyway, moving on. No need to go overboard with the sly remarks. I'll just play until you're sleeping, okay? She plays a guitar too. That's neat. I give her a nod and lie my head down on the pillow while she takes her guitar and plays a soft tune while I drift off to sleep. Termes, are you awake? I turn to my side, still half asleep. Mama? I'm not your mama. It's me, Sayori. Sorry, I was half asleep there. I look at the time on my phone. I'm asleep for more than a few hours. Me too. So why'd you come over for? Yeah, that's around the age of 5 to 6 maybe? Okay, fair enough. I've seen this turn of phrase a few times in this mod so far. Like, why did you come over for instead of, like, what did you come over for? Which I think would... Again, this might be another British versus American thing. I think... like the American way of phrasing that would be like what did you come over for, or or like what did you do that for, or things like that. But I noticed the saying is why instead. It's kind of like I've heard some British people say how are you going in circumstances where, like, say an American would say how are you doing. 6 to 18 is when Eddie's looking after him. We are confusing people. Well, I mean, different countries are going to have different dialects. I mean, not just different countries, like different regions, different states, different provinces, different counties, different whatever. Like there are lots of regional differences in language and how people express themselves. Like I said, like Professor Higgins said, sometimes you can place people within a few streets just by hearing their accent. Anyway, moving right along. I was getting lonely over there, so I came over to talk. Oh, okay. What do you want to talk about then? Wait. Then. What do you want to talk about then? Is that British habit again there? Okay, moving on. Sorry. She blinks out of confusion. The lovely weather we're having today? Lovely weather? Wow, what an amazing conversation starter. Stop being mean. Couldn't think of anything to say. You are right, however. It was lovely weather today. I enjoyed the picnic we had together. It reminded me of the old days when we had ones with Eddie than the rare ones with your parents. That was when my parents used to have a little time. She sighs sadly at the mentioning of her workaholic parents. Finally finished a challenge from the game I'm playing? Okay, cool. Did you win? um, moving on. I don't blame her. They rarely did spend any time with her. Too preoccupied with their jobs overseas to have any time with her and had Eddie do the looking after her for them. One to, oh, you want me to give you another number from 1 to 8? Okay. I'll go with 6 this time. Tormuse? Are you paying attention? Sorry, Sari. I was thinking for a moment is all. That's okay. What were you talking about when I was spacing out? About the time when you dropped cake on my mom by accident, and you keep apologizing for it. Number 1 to 2. Okay, let's go with 2, I guess. And keep. Okay. You know, the curious thing, I keep harping on the switches from past to present tense. The curious thing is that when characters are speaking, they've mostly been pretty good about keeping the tenses straight. It's just when it switches to internal monologue when it starts flipping around. But here, kept, yeah. But here, Sayori dropped past tense, keep present tense, apologizing for it. But yeah, as you said, kept. Should kept apologizing for it. Anyway, moving on. I laughed nervously and rubbed the back of my head. Oh, yeah, that. Wow, that was pretty messy, wasn't it? Yeah. One part I remember well was how upset you got about the cake being ruined. Because it was strawberry cake and it looked really good. Oh, what is it? I have strawberry cake at home in the fridge. White frosting, cream, sponge. You're drooling. I am? Yeah. Also, you gotta stop eating all that junk food. It's not good for you. But it tastes so good. Still bad for you. What about smoking? That's bad for you too. Yeah. Yeah, you tell him, Sayori. He is being a bit of a hypocrite, isn't he? That is a very good point. I better be going now. The cake is going into my tummy very soon. Okay then, you two have a good time with that cake. I mean, okay. I'm presuming you two, he's saying you and the cake. But you two have a good time with that cake seems to imply that there's another person. I'll talk about cake as me hungry. Wait, or does it mean you and your tummy are and that cake? Is that what you mean? Is that what he means? Sorry, I'm just hesitating because I'm her and her tummy. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I just feel like I feel like her tummy could have been better established to make that line a little clearer. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. You referred to her and her tummy as two individuals since she keeps doing that. Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly what I figure you're going for. Did she mention did she mention her tummy before that? I think. Yeah. I don't know. That's the only line that she's used lately about her tummy. I just feel like that line could be. I know I'm being picky, but I just feel like that line could have made the setup for you to have a good time a little better. But whatever. I'm gonna move on. All that talk about cake has made me hungry. Might as well go to the store, grab my jacket and phone. Got everything I need. Crap, forgot my wallet. Pat my pockets for reassurance, then look around for it. Spot on the kitchen counter. Oh, here it is. Yeah, for a second there, I thought you were gonna say you like dropped it in the park or something. I put it in my jacket pocket and leave. It's a great night tonight. Yeah. Yeah, he referred to her. Oh wait, I read that. Sorry, there's something else I was going to say. Yeah, because I made the comment earlier about how this mod has a tendency to spend a little overly long with like the mundane things, you know, like here you've got 5 lines dedicated to him looking for his wallet, and it at some point it kind of, I mean, I don't know if those lines are there to make him more relatable, like you know, he forgot his wallet like a real person or something. But it just, it's one of those things that's kind of like, were those 5 lines necessary? You know, I mean, I'm not, and then again, I'm not saying, oh, that means this needs to be cut out. It's just one of those things that it's an example of how this mod, it does feel like it puts a little too much focus on those you know, mundane activities when characters are alone. When I feel like it makes more sense to put more of the focus on character interactions when they're together, because that's what's more interesting. Because I generally feel, I think that, I don't know, I could be like totally hypocritical in saying this. To have it feel like that. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I could be just totally harping on that too much. Again, it's just one of those things to be aware of, I guess. It just, okay. Anyway, I'm rambling. I should move on. It's a great night tonight. I lock the door behind me and leave for the store. Hey, neat. Quite a peaceful and quiet walk it is. There's not many cars or people around either. Okay, I'm here. I enter the store, which only has a few people in it, so it isn't that busy. I examine the snacks in the aisle that I was in before Sorry. I examine the snacks in the aisle that I'm in before I feel someone bump into me. Oh, hey. Hey. The introduction of Natsuki now. Watch it, buddy. I turn to my side and see a rather short girl. She isn't friendly, but who is these days? Oh, sorry there, you want past me? The girl doesn't say anything or look at me. Instead, she shoves right past me immediately before disappearing behind an aisle. You're missing a period there. By the way. I wonder what her problem was. Having a bad night or something? Yeah, well, none of my business. I go down another aisle to look for more snacks, but don't find anything that I fancy. And then I bump into her again. You again? Where are you, some kind of stalker or something? I'm not a stalker, this isn't even a big store. Maybe you should watch where you're going. God, really weird voices. Stop stalking me, weirdo. What does my voice have to do with anything? This isn't exactly a big store after all, so I can't help if I bump into you. I roll my eyes and ignore her while looking through the many selections of snacks. Selection snacks. First ever seen a maiden renpai? Oh, okay. That's neat. I don't even know why I'm talking to you anyway. The girl mutters to herself and leaves immediately. I better pick something soon or I'll end up seeing again. Sorry, what? I better pick something soon or I'll end up seeing again? Like, seeing her again, perhaps? Is that what you meant to say there? I grab a few snacks at random and then go to the drinks aisle. Orange juice, Ramoon, cola. Ugh, why does it take me this long to decide what to drink? What I want? Decide what drink I want to get. Hey, where's the blue food coloring? I turn my head to the same girl from before, and she's talking to one of the employees in the store. Seeing her, yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, turn my head to the same girl. To see the same girl from before, perhaps? And she's talking to one of the employees in the store. Anyway, oops. Ah, it's alright. Come back. I just accidentally clicked off it. Here we go. Moving on. They'll be in the back aisle with a vanilla extract and cake decorations. Okay. The girl walks down the aisle and past me without saying anything to me. Not even a thanks to the guy. That's rude. I roll my eyes at the girl before I turn my attention back to the drinks in front of me. Just pick something and leave before you see that girl again. The noise of glass shattering comes from the aisle where the girl is at. I walk there to the aisle to see if anything has happened. A bottle of vanilla extract has fallen off the shelf and smashed? Uh-oh. Excuse me, you alright? Of course I am. Why are you following me around still? Stop stalking me or else. I turn my attention to the girl's shopping basket, which is filled with baking ingredients. That's nice. You baking with your parents or something? The girl's expression turns angry. She shoves past me again, and only this time it's a lot harder. What did I say? I shrug it off as the girl is probably having a bad day today. I go to the counter to pay for my items. Hey, Englishman, do you mind moving your butt? Calm down, I'm not taking that long, and you know that as well as I do. Shh, whatever. Girl shoves past me yet again and pays for her items. She takes one look at me and leaves the store. Hopefully I don't run into her again. Leave the store with my snacks and drink in tow, then see the girl going in an opposite direction from where I was going. I shrug again and go back home. And the phone's ringing again. Wonder who's calling me. I take it out my pocket and see that it's Sayori. Take it out of my pocket, perhaps? Should probably say I take my phone out of my pocket, like, since it isn't established what it is in the previous sentence. You know, I think we know that it's a phone that he's talking about because of the sound of the phone ringing, but still, probably want to have the word phone there. That was an unironic line. Okay, I'm going to click on it so I don't get rid of the sound here. Sorry. I take it out of my pocket and see that it's Sayori. Why is she calling for? Yeah, there it is again. Why is she calling for instead of what is she calling for? I answer. Hey, Sayori. Everything all good? You have a book you can bring with you tomorrow? A book? I know that I'm in your literature club now, but why do I need a book for? There it is again. Why do I need a book for? Sorry. That must be some British colloquialism or something, or that I'm not aware of. I don't think I've heard that expression. Like, why do I need it for instead of what do I need it for? Like again, British. Yeah, I'm thinking. Harry Potter comes to mind. There's, for example, there's I do remember characters saying like, "What did you do that for?" on a couple of occasions in that series. Just a random example, because I know that's that's British. I wonder if it's a regional thing. Yeah, I don't know. Side note: the author of Harry Potter is kind of an awful person. I don't know if anyone's been following that whole thing. She's maybe I shouldn't get into that. I will say she's shown herself to be incredibly transphobic. Her Twitter feed is like 90% full of like bashing trans people these days. Like 10% promoting her books, 90% just being really rude and insulting to trans people. It's kind of awful and really unfortunate, because I enjoyed the Harry Potter books back in the day. I know she's been saying, yeah, it is sad. Yeah, it's weird because the Harry Potter books are like ostensibly all about being nice to people who are different from you and so on, and then it turns out that the author doesn't know how to do that herself. It's kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know. I sort of can't stomach anything Harry Potter related since then, because it's just yeah, I don't want to do anything to support her anymore. She kind of has awful views. But anyway, sorry, I just felt the need to mention that because I mentioned Harry Potter, and I didn't want to sound like I was endorsing Harry Potter. Anyway, moving on. Make an impression on everyone. If you don't, then they'll think that you're in it for the cute girls. Huh. Or the cupcakes. Or both. I stay silent for a bit, trying to process what Sarah had just mentioned. What is even happening tomorrow? Am I getting a welcoming committee? Maybe? Hehe. Look, I'll head down to the library then. They'll be open around this time. And find some old book to bring and read a bit, then forget about it. You can't treat a book like that. I didn't sign up to read anything, Sayori. Besides, I do not like literature, like, at all. You're lucky that I'm even going to this club. If not for you and Eddie telling me to do this, I wouldn't have even done this. I stopped myself from saying anything more. Sayori sighs sadly over the phone. I'm sorry that I made you do anything to amuse. Oh, ouch. Sorry, I didn't mean to flip out there. I'm sorry. Look, I'll pick up a book and read it when I get home, okay? Okay. Oh no, she sounds sad now. I'll let you eat your cake now. It already is. There wasn't much left. Oh. I'll talk to you tomorrow then? Okay, but find a good book. I sigh. Fine, I'll find a decent book. Yay, see you tomorrow. Sarah hangs up, and I'm left with a smile on my face by the way she ended the call. But my mind goes to what she said earlier. Why would she think I'm in it to see cute girls? It's a literature club, not a poetry club. Yeah, this sort of this is interesting because it speaks to what oh shoot, what's your name again? Chemcat was saying earlier. Like wondering if MC is like aromantic or asexual. Like it doesn't even occur to him to look at girls. I wonder. I don't know if that's a direction you want to go in, Slayer Rabbit, but it is an interesting aspect of his character that it does not even occur to him. Anyway, moving on. Also, did she mention cupcakes? What next? A tea party? Look around for the library, which isn't close by, obviously. Where is it at? Spend a few more minutes looking before I finally find the library and head inside. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe things are different in Japan, but over here, libraries generally aren't open late on Sundays. I mean, stores kind of generally have different hours on weekends, particularly on Sundays. They, like, I mean, that could just be like the influence from Christianity, and in Japan, that might not be that might not be an issue. Um, he just didn't bother finding love before. He was more interested in causing trouble. Fair enough. Anyway, moving on. Okay, this is again very fancy looking library. Okay, find a book to make an impression on everyone at the club. But what book exactly? I haven't read any books for a long time. I examine the bookshelves for anything to read and find nothing. Look around and see a girl with long purple hair. Oh hey, we're gonna get Yuri's introduction now. Looking through the books on the shelves while muttering quietly to herself. I suppose I could go ask her. I ain't gonna do no harm in asking, is there? I approach the girl and tap her gently on the shoulder. Ah, who is it? Sorry if I startle you. I just wanted to ask if you know of any books that could help me make an impression on a few people that I'm meeting tomorrow. Are, is she supposed to have her sprite on screen here? I mean, it said purple hair. I'm assuming it's Yuri. The girl just stands there without saying anything or looking at me for a while, then begins to speak again. Portrait of Markov. That is a splendid piece of literature to read. Thanks. I only asked for a book because I don't know any, and I want to make an impression on people at some club I'm going to. I want them to know I'm actually a reader and not there for any cute girls or cupcakes, which isn't true since I've never met any of them before. Besides the girl that runs the club. The girl does not once turn around to face me. She clearly has a lot of trouble to talk to me. Thanks, love. Can you show me where it is? I, um, yes, of course. Um, I, it does seem like a rather curious choice to go up and ask a random girl about this instead of the librarian, but what do I know? She's facing away and her sprite isn't visible because of that. Yeah, yeah, fair enough, I guess. She turns around and I'm instantly in awe and astonished by the girl's blinding beauty. Okay. Oh, we're being dramatic about it now. The music stopping and the black screen. Anyway, her hair, the color of verbana? Verbana? I need to look that up too. Okay. Um, the Google made the suggestion. Did you mean to say verbena? Verbena. And it's apparently it's kind of purple flower. So I'm guessing that's a misspelling there. But yeah, for the record, there's supposed to be an E there in the place of the first A. Her hair, the color of verbena. The world around me ceases to exist. Her and her alone is the only thing in existence. Existence. I think that's supposed to be an E in existence there. Existence. My heart is racing a million miles an hour and my hands are sweating. Why am I feeling like this? Butterflies in my stomach. Pretty hard to control my breathing. Is everything okay? Oh, what? I noticed I just stared at this girl for a good while now. My cheeks are red and I rub the back of my neck. Um, hmm. How does he know what color his cheeks are? This is one of those details where because it's the point of view of the main character. Like, this is the kind of thing where I would say, like, I feel myself blushing or something like that. Because you know, people can't generally can't see what color their own cheeks are, you know? Anyway, moving on. Oh, sorry. I was kind of in a trance there. So where's this portrait of Markov? Hmm. She leads me to the horror section of the library and begins to scan through the books. She eventually stops and pulls one off the shelf. She hands it to me while trying to avoid any physical contact with my hand. I look confused, but shrug it off and look the book in my hands. I think I'm supposed to say look at the book in my hands. Also, again, I look confused. How do you know what you look like? I think I would go better with, like, I feel confused, perhaps. Anyway. Interesting cover. It's about a third eye. She said finding a good book, and she said find a good book, and this is a good book. And this would make me look like some desperate guy looking for girls or cupcakes. Weird thing to assume, though, Sayori. Okay, I'll be going now. She nods and walks away from me. I hope I see her again. Oh, that's interesting. I forgot to thank her for suggesting this book to me, even though helping me was well out of her comfort zone, judging from how she was acting. I arrive home and unlock the front door. I step inside. Oh, a new background. I step inside and shut the door behind me, locking it. Time to eat the snacks I got. I unwrap both the chocolate bar and large cookie and eat them. I look at the time. Better get some sleep or I'll be late for school tomorrow, and Siri will give me a frowny face for it. Go to the room and place the book into the nightstand and sit down on the bed. Eyes glance at the book and I pick it up. Weird cover, but she seems so nice, so I can trust her. Can't I? I open the book and start reading it. A few pages in and I place it back in the nightstand. What the F? Weird title for a weird book. Whoever said don't judge a book by its cover clearly never read Portrait of Markov. I better sleep it off and hopefully I can forget about it. I get dressed for bed and set my alarm. Okay. Okay, on that note, I'm going to save. I'm going to go back to the main menu just to get rid of that. No! No! Why is the alarm still going? Mute all! Okay. I'll let the music play. Okay, that's stopped. That stopped the sound. All right. Okay. So I guess we found out why we got the purple motif with featured Yuri on the menu screen. I was like, no, you don't. Yeah. But yeah, okay, all right. Still played? Huh, weird. Well, I mean, I'm guessing the alarm sound. I mean, it's playing in the sound channel as opposed to the music channel. Like the Ren'Py has built-in different audio channels, and I'm guessing either it's a long sound effect or you had it set to repeat, or I don't know, whatever. Moving on. Yeah. Okay. Impressions so far. Like I said, I do feel like it dwells on the mundane moments a little too much, in my opinion. Like, again, like, I'm not saying like everything constantly has to be stuff happening, or it doesn't have to constantly be, interesting character development or interactions or whatever. Like there does have to be the little connective tissue to connect things together to establish what's happening. So it doesn't feel weird or disjointed or I don't know, whiplashy. because you can't figure out what's happening. Like, you do have to establish some details, but I do feel it goes into a little bit too much detail in some places. So it's worth making a pass to see if you can just trim out a few lines here and there, just so it doesn't feel like it drags. Sorry, I don't mean to come across as totally negative. I did. I'm just giving feedback because as I said that I would give feedback on the demo. Since the author is here. Yeah, I mean it's I on the more positive side, like the interactions between MC and Siri are cute, and I like how the establishment of Eddie's character. It's pretty cool. And you go now and have a good night. Okay, I'll have a good night, Marcy. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it's I mean, like it's pretty neat and interesting and engaging, interactions between the characters. So that's cool. Yeah, the whole past tense versus present tense, definitely look into that. Like I get the definite feeling you did and I enjoyed it. It's helpful. Okay, good, cool. I'm glad I'm being helpful and not annoying. Sometimes I can't tell the difference. Anyway, but yeah, like if the whole present versus past tense thing is really that much of a struggle, you don't notice you're doing it. I think it would be helpful for you to have maybe someone else who's more who is at least less prone to making that error, look over your script perhaps and just correct it, because it's just consistent. I mean, consistently inconsistent through the whole thing. Like sometimes in the same sentence, it starts off in present tense and then switches to past tense mid sentence. And it is kind of jarring. I mean, you may have noticed I tripped over words a few times, more than a few times really. And I think I'd be in for a treat when New Year's Eve is again. Cool. Yeah, I'll probably pick this up again tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, assuming you're available tomorrow, Slayer Rabbit. I mean, it's like I figure if I'm going to do this, I ought to be when you're around. It just occurred to me it's close to midnight where you are, isn't it? Whoops. I didn't mean for this to go this late. So apologies for that. I'll maybe see if I can get to it sooner tomorrow. That's the intention anyway. I'll be available. Cool. Yeah, what else can I say? Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's does well to establish characters and character relationships and interactions. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should reserve further comment until I see the rest of it. Find out about MC's Monday introduction to the Literature Club. This is a nice song. What's this song from? Yeah. Anyway, so wrapping this up, I wonder should I rate anybody? Sort of. I could just pick a random Doki Doki Literature Club stream. Although I don't know. Probably if I look up. I'm just looking at other people who are. It looks like it's like Spanish. Like there are two other people streaming Doki Doki Literature Club, and they're both in Spanish. You know what? Never mind. Not gonna bother with rating anyone. Anyway, I think that's enough for today. Thanks for watching. Until next time.